Welcome back to Poll for Initiative, the tabletop role-playing stream where the audience influences the story. I, of course, am Ben, or Benjamin, as I'm known on the internet, and with me is Seth, otherwise known as NB Banshee, who'll be serving today as your dungeon master. Go ahead and say hi to everyone, Seth!
Hi to everyone. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for being here. Damn, it's hot. It's hot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's summer, you know? But you'd think, see, so here's the thing. I'm from Arizona. And Benjamin is from Florida. So both of us are from hot states that get very hot in the summertime. And, you know, when you move to the PNW, I think that you're under the assumption it's maybe not going to be so hot. And it's to the point where it's like expected here, which is why there is no air conditioning in bedrooms. It is often just like the living room that has a wall air conditioner unit. And therefore... it's 93 degrees outside, and it is boiling in my fucking bedroom right now. So, is it humid hot or dry hot?
Humid hot.
It is humid hot. I'm from Arizona, so I'm used to a dry heat. Like, you open the oven, and you get a hot wind in your face. Here, it is like, it's sticky hot.
Yeah, we're in a coastal, like, port city, so...
yeah.
It'd be like that.
We live like 15 minutes from a river. Like it's
It's definitely very easy to underestimate the heat when you're from a state that's like built, like has architecture built for the heat, right? Because like you can say like, oh, that's fucking nothing. It's like 110, 120 over here. And it's like, homie, I'm from Florida. I know.
Yeah.
I've lived in that.
Yeah.
But like the houses here are built to retain heat.
Yeah.
And have no vent system. So you just kind of, you stew.
It's awful. So my door is open, and if you can hear my dryer running in the background, I'm sorry, and there's nothing I can do about it. Also, if you'll turn your attention very briefly behind me, we have a visitor, a guest, on the show today. She, whenever my door is open, she insists upon being in here with me. And it is too hot to cuddle, so she is just lounging in the background. So she'll be back there. She probably won't wake up anytime soon. Button's a small lump in the background of Ben's screen as well. So, you know, we got some cats in the house today, you know. But yes, thank you.
They're both eepy.
Welcome. Yes.
They're both tired because it's so fucking warm.
True.
It's like they got warm and cozy and now they're passing out.
Extremely true and real. Yeah. Zipper likes to nap under blankets usually, but because it is warm in this room, she has chosen to nap on top of the blanket. She could be out in the living room where it's not very warm, but she is very silly and instead would like to be in here where I am also. So
she has to make sure you're not dying in the heat.
That's true.
She's worried about you.
Okay. But anyways, welcome back. For anyone who was nervous or concerned or worried that I forgot about the VOD from last week, I didn't forget about it. I edited the video and then I was so busy the rest of the week that I didn't have time to upload it. So I uploaded it today. It went live this afternoon. So last episode's VOD is up on the YouTube channel. Sorry. The summer is a very busy time for both me and Ben. So anyways,
yeah,
we're happy to be here. I'm happy all of you are here with us.
I went to the Ren Fair this weekend. And oh my god, dude, it was so fucking hot. I went to the mead tent and I was like, yeah, you know, like this is the perfect time to get some mead. First of all, insanely mid. It literally tasted like beer with like a hint of honey. It was the worst mead of all time.
Yeah, I don't like
but then
alcohol anyway, so I probably wouldn't have liked it.
Well, I mean, the whole idea is that it's supposed to be a bit sweeter of a drink, you know? It's not supposed to be literally just beer tasting, you know?
Yeah, I guess.
But also the tent was like this like plasticky like canvas, and it was just trapping, like there was like 100 people like under that tent, and it just fucking, dude, it was like 95 out, but under that tent it was easily over 100. Like it was so swelteringly hot with all the people under there.
Yeah, we initially weren't going to be able to go because we didn't get tickets in time, so I made plans with my friend, with my best friend, she took me out to a tea room for my birthday, and it was very sweet and like really cool and like steampunk themed, and it was awesome, and air conditioned. So I had a lot of fun while Ben was getting a sunburn and boiling in the outdoor heat. Oh, awoken?
I'm surprised that my sunburn is actually healed pretty decently. Usually it doesn't do that, but I was only there for a few hours, but like you can kind of see it. I had a sleeveless tunic on.
Yeah.
And
tops of your shoulders got
I definitely burned up a little bit.
Yeah. Rip.
I was only there for a couple hours too, dude. It was brutal.
Yeah. I'm glad that you didn't stay the whole time. Ben was a very good, a very loyal boyfriend knight. And he went on a quest and brought me home a long, hard fought for turkey leg because I could not go.
Dude. Yeah, you better have appreciated that fucking
I
turkey
did.
leg,
It was
dude.
good.
Because like it was so fucking hot out, and then like they were boiling hot coming out of the turkey leg room. And so like they like wrapped it up in foil, and I'm like passing it between my hands while holding it, like walking back to the car.
They hand
and, like,
it to you.
It was radiating heat.
They give it to you in tinfoil, and it's like, that is not good. That's hard to hold. It's hot.
Yeah.
So like I get it's to keep it warm, but it's also like, owie, my fucking fingies, bro. The fuck?
Yeah.
Anyways, so we were both busy this weekend. But I'm excited for this episode specifically. I think some very interesting and very fun things are going to happen, and certainly nothing at all bad is going to happen at all, because this is not a horror campaign. Actually.
Honestly, like, God, last episode was so frustrating just because like
Did you like cleanse
every
your
roll
dice?
was bad. Yeah, like, and the thing is, normally I'm okay with dice failures in like D&D because it can make things interesting if you're good at like role play. If like things fail and you have to like work around it.
Yeah.
But like in combat, that rarely is the case. When dice rolls fail in combat, that basically just means the combat's gonna go on for longer.
Yeah.
And oh my God, dude, it felt like half those fights could have been like half as long. It was so rough.
Yeah, for sure. I felt really bad. Ugh. But hopefully, the dice gods bless us this day. Zipper is here for good luck. Everybody say hello. Say hello, Zipper. You gonna give us good luck? You gonna play D&D with us?
She's just mad you're holding her up.
That's very baby of you. Yeah. Anyway. But yes, without further ado, perhaps we shall get into the episode.
Sure.
Just a brief recap, if you weren't here last episode. We all rolled like shit. Everybody kissed. Everybody cried in a dark tunnel room.
Kissed? Who kissed?
Everybody kissed. Everybody
anyone
cried. There was a dark tunnel.
I seem
You
to recall we
killed
left
a
off.
ghost.
I seem to recall we left off. I think it was. We left off. Ailstein was about to do the killing blow on Heckna. I
No.
believe is where we were at.
No.
And you were about to ask me how do I want to do this, and I was like, okay, great.
We're not there quite yet, unfortunately. But, maybe not as far away as people think. Maybe not.
Okay, so this episode.
Maybe, okay, no. Not quite there either, but maybe not quite as far away either. But we'll see. I
think we should put it to an audience poll.
It is entirely no. What? Yeah, okay. Poll, is Heckna dead now? Yes or no? Or no, both of the
Right,
yes
chat,
or yes.
You heard it here first, folks. I'm gonna run the poll. Seth said it. It's a real poll now.
No. Okay, if you see Zipper climbing around back there, if I'm not talking on my computer, she will sleep soundly, but because I am speaking and interacting and the door is open and I'm not actively policing her, she's gonna start monkey climbing around and possibly also crawl under and get stuck in my bed. But unfortunately, I must leave the door open, so that is a problem for future Seth.
She often gets stuck under the bed. She'll get under the bed and not know how to get back out.
Yeah,
and she'll just cry from inside there, like, because she's so stupid. Like, we'll shake treats for her outside the bed and she won't know how to get out. She'll just start crying.
Yeah, we have to like lift the bed up so she can leave. It's a whole thing, but I don't know. It's fine. It'll be fine. But yeah, so that's all that happened last episode. So on to this episode. Let's see. So we return not to the world of the Revelia, but instead to a not so distant past in the snowy mountains of Dragonhold. Let's see. We return to a conversation with whence we have previously left. A foreshadowing that neither man could possibly know or have foreseen. We pan to an alcove tucked behind pillars, indistinct, easily missable. Elstane and Grayson speaking in hushed tones.
All right, slow down, Prince Charming. Start from the beginning. What the hell did you see?
I haven't seen anything yet. I was reporting to Kestrel's office to discuss my training regiment and caught them and Amara arguing about something. I didn't want to interrupt, so I simply went into the office and waited.
Ah, so you went snooping. Damn, Princey. Didn't know you had it in you.
I was not snooping. Kestrel must have been distracted because they had left a handful of old tomes and scrolls on the table. Some wide open. I merely looked at what was laid before me.
I think you got the wrong idea, pal. I weren't scolding you. That was admiration in my voice. Anyway, what exactly did they say?
I can't say for certain. Most of it was in old Draconic. I can only read bits and pieces, very slowly at that, but from what I could understand, it made mention of a powerful lich, and seemed to suggest it resided in this mountain.
So maybe you misread. I mean, I know being a noble, you was probably tutored in like 10,000 languages. But you said so yourself. You was struggling.
No, I'm certain it said lich. Why would they hide the presence of something so powerful and evil so near?
Maybe they can't permanently kill it? Phylactery is hidden or something?
Maybe, but then why are we on that same mountain? What if it got out and, I don't know, slaughtered us in our sleep?
Look, we don't know the whole picture. Maybe it's dormant. Maybe Kestrel moseys down and whoops its ass again every few months. That'd be the easiest way to monitor it while they looked for the phylactery, yeah?
Perhaps. I dislike the secrets.
Me too. And I ain't saying you don't got a point in worrying about this. Even if I am right. I mean, Kestrel should have at least told us for sure.
And I fear there's likely more secrets they hold.
Agreed.
I think he stares off into the distance for a minute, and then he says,
Hey, Grayson. Word of advice. Consider having a bag with everything you need to leave at the ready. I've been getting a lot of weird vibes about this place lately.
You see, he considers your words. Thank you, Elstein. I think that might actually be good advice for once.
Aelstein turns and starts to leave, to head to the courtyard to speak with Amber. But he stops for just a second to say, Of course, even a broken clock, right? And if I was you, I wouldn't tell Kestrel what you seen. And he heads out.
You see, well, Elstein departs. We see uncertainty in Grayson's eyes as he departs as well. And before this memory finally fades, it briefly flashes to a future time. Just a moment. Aelstein waiting in the hall for his name to be called. Grayson leaving his pact. A bead of sweat trickling down the side of his face opposite the crowd. To anyone else, stoic. But to us, an imperceptible tremble in his lip. And it is gone. The memory fades, and we return to the present. Back at our fun old merry carnival, the Revelia.
Also, I want to apologize to the chat because I simply had to turn on my AC unit, so my audio quality probably sounds worse right now. You might not notice it at first. I have a pretty good noise gate, but it definitely will sound a little different. So, apologies in advance. There's not much I can do. I tried turning it off, and then it immediately became 75 degrees in here and was rapidly climbing, and I was like, nope, I have to turn it back on.
Yeah, valid. It's very hot in here. Also, you may randomly see or hear Zipper. She was meowing at me almost the entire time I was just talking, because she wants to sit with me, but it's hot. So she's just kind of mad. So if in the background you just hear a grumpy old meow, that's why. Nothing I can do about it. So sorry.
There's actually just a grumpy old cat at the Revelia who's yelling at us right now.
Yeah, just ever present, following you around. Meow. And then when no
She
one's
meows like a she meows like a chain smoker. She goes like,
and then when no one's around, it's like, like it's like so loud, the craziest sound you've ever heard in your life. And you walk out into the living room and you look at her like, what the fuck? And she just looks at you like,
She'll do that. She'll do that sometimes when you're in the same room as her, but she forgot where you are, and she like screams at you to come over, and it's like, Zipper, I'm literally looking at you. I'm right here.
Yeah, she's old. Honestly, I think her eyesight might be starting to go because I don't know. She's 13. No, she's 14 now.
I don't think so. I think she's just stupid because like she'll look at me when I like call her name and like she's not struggling to see me. I think she's just a little bit stupid.
Yeah, listen, she's always been dumb and she's more dumb in her old age. So, yeah, me too. Okay, please chill out. Do you want to sit with me? Or are you going to be nice? Please. I'm trying to conduct a show, woman. But yes. Anyway, so we return to the Revelia. All of you have just exited the Tunnel of Love and watched it crumple before you, leaving nothing but a husk of a heart in its wake. You see that the two imp sort of ride operators look at each other and look back at you, and they go, what? What happened in there?
Layoffs. You're fired.
You see they both look at each other and go, oh, we don't have to work anymore? Oh my god! And you see they like grab each other's hands and like run off into the Revelia. Like disappear into the crowd. And yeah, you are left in front of the desiccated husk of Cicero's heart.
I think they're all irritated after what they just went through.
Yeah.
And Aelstein like pinches his nose, the bridge of his nose a little bit, like pops his neck, rolls his shoulders, and he says, "Man, I heard of heart attacks, but that was ridiculous, huh, fellas?" Anyway.
You see Kaz is like rubbing his temples. You see Ambrose laughs, but in a way that's like like it's not even like he thought it was funny. He's just like, honestly, you're not even really sure what it was. It was like the most dissatisfied laugh you've heard. Just like,
yeah, like it was intentionally unfunny. Yeah. I think he was trying to lift the spirits by being intentionally unfunny.
It didn't work though. And Neve elects to completely ignore what you said. You see, she turns to you and is like, the lost and found then? Or what now?
Well, we've had a very unproductive day, so let's go chit-chat with our old pal Toy Maker, huh?
Yes, I think that is the next course of action. Lead the way, oh valiant leader.
Valiant?
I don't know.
Who the hell are you talking to?
What should I say? Oh, godless, unknightly knight.
There we go.
I'm wearing shorts because it's hot in my room, and Zipper likes to dig her claws in when she lays down, and it hurts so bad.
That's awful.
It's fine. It's fine. So if I just randomly wince, it's because her claws are in my flesh. But yeah, so all of you return to the lost and found. Let us, I suppose, let me pull up.
Are her nails clipped? We haven't actually clipped them in a couple weeks, so yeah they're probably kind of sharp.
Yeah. They're sharp.
Baby girl nail clipping stream.
Yep. So you return to the lost and found. You walk in the door. You see the toy maker is there already. You see Stefano is speaking to the toy maker speaking to Locke for the toy maker. And all conversation abruptly stops as you enter the room. You see Locke turns to you. He says, "You're back? How did it go?"
I think Cicero might have been stupider than Heckna. I'm shocked to come to that revelation. I didn't think that was possible, but I think he might have been stupider than Heckna.
You see Locke is like, perhaps. Like not even like questioning, like, oh yes, maybe philosophically. And you see the toy maker signs, and Stefano says, "Is there a reason you say that?"
Yeah, he insisted we kill him. And there was really no reason. He didn't have the chair.
You see the toy maker says, "He didn't have the chair? What do you mean?"
No, seems Heckna finally grew a single brain cell that he's vigorously shaking for intelligent thoughts. He came by and grabbed the chair. Honestly, I'm surprised it took him this fucking long to get wise, but hey, you know, eventually he's got to make a good move, right?
You see that briefly the toy maker's mask shifts to one of paper mache and candy wrappers, the one that depicts anger, rage. And you see that they, in a flurry of signs that Stefano struggles to keep up with, says like, "That fool, now he chooses to grow a brain after all of this time?" And you see that
That's what I'm saying.
They're sort of like angrily like, and Stefano, you see Stefano just like shaking his head, like watching the toy maker like sign like all four of their arms like in rapid succession. And Stefano's like, like can't even, his marionette brain can't compute what is, it's like he can't process what's happening. It's so fast.
I think Ailstein chimes in and he says, "So now that we're kind of in a new situation in which our opponent has perhaps one whole brain cell, maybe even two, unsure just yet, but he is having occasional intelligent thoughts. Maybe we should consider relocating to somewhere that's not the train station for our base of operations." That seems like the most obvious place for us to be hiding out, no?
You see the toy maker kind of composes themselves, and then their mask kind of moves back to the brass smile, their sort of neutral face. And they say, "The Shattered Station is the safest place for us currently. I am almost completely certain Heckna has all but forgotten about it. There is nowhere else to relocate to. It is poetic, our last bastion of hope."
Says, "I don't know how true that is. I mean, he also has kind of forgotten about, oh fuck, what was her name? Fucking ghost lady. Oh god, why am I forgetting Gertrude. Her name right now? Gertrude. Says, I don't know, they seem to have forgotten about, Gertrude and her tree out in the middle of nowhere. I mean..."
You see that they nod, and they say, "Yes, Gertrude is not high on Heckna's priority list, but among other things, that the Shattered Station is where we are repairing the train. It is where we will depart from. We cannot leave it unattended. It would be a hassle to transport everyone to and fro. It's the Choo-Choo Cadre barely even leaves the station as it is, as to not be seen. If you would prefer to relocate your companions to Gertrude's Grove, that I have no qualms with such a matter. However, we must not leave the train unattended."
All right, if you say so. It just seems like a pretty obvious hiding place, if you ask me.
You see that they nod and kind of are like, "Unfortunately, we have not many other options. The train is the most important part of the plan. It is how we will escape. If Heckna it is why getting these components is so important. Without even one of them, we will not succeed. We will not rid ourselves of this place. We must get the pieces. We must build the train. We must leave. You see that he turns.
He shrugs.
You see that he they turn to Stefano and like kind of tilt their head and say, "For the sake of all, for the sake of those we all care for, we must leave."
Yeah, he shrugs. I feel like it's like I can see the storm brewing. You know what I mean? I can see that. I don't know.
If you want to move, like Boot and Haggis and like,
nah, it's okay. Let's just keep going.
Okay, no one's telling you not to. They're just saying like the train is at the station and they can't move it. So like, that part has to stay where it is. You see that the toy maker like kind of like flips through a little notebook, begins like furiously scrawling stuff down and then tucks it back into like one of the compartments in their chest. And you see they say, well, the chair is no doubt in the funhouse then. So then we must move on to the last piece that we can currently obtain before risking any entry to the funhouse. However, I fear the consequences. So I must ask you, Ailstain. I must ask all of you. And he like gestures to your companions. Are you prepared? Are you prepared to face Heckna's wrath in its entirety?
Says, I've been ready since day one.
You see Kaz says, I've been waiting to kill clowns since before we got here. And you see Neve kind of echoes that sentiment. And you see Ambrose just kind of like, still kind of in his own place recently, just like nods. He's been quiet.
I've already started to like envision the bag that I'm gonna stitch together with his flayed skin, you know?
Okay. You see Neve like tucks a hair behind her ear and she's like, that's brutal. And you see Kaz says, you like that? And she says, don't judge me. You see the toy maker.
Fucking Neve is like just attracted to extreme violence.
She's got weird, not kinks, but she's got a type, bro.
Cursed, deeply cursed.
You see, oh please stop. You see, she keeps twitching her feet. You see that they nod and they say, then the time has come. If you wish to kill Heckna, you must kill his pets. You must kill his lieutenants. You must kill all whom he could use to resurrect himself. The closest and obvious next target is the pet which he keeps in the naughty corner. It is currently, his unfavored pet, but still overall beloved. And when you
the nose one?
You see that they nod and say Snout is currently in the naughty corner. It's as far as my intelligence says, yes. There has not been another parade since the day that you arrived. But I must. Oh.
Johnny, does that mean we're gonna murder that gnome eventually? Chat, hear me out. What if? So one of the things we got from the gift shop is I did get a schnozzling kit. Mm-hmm. What if when I beat Scooter into submission I put a fucking clown nose on his face. I become the monster.
True. Although, I will reiterate, being clowned does not kill you. It just turns you into
and then
a
we kill
feral
him.
thrall. Yes. Oh, okay. Valid.
we make him suffer through the mutation and then kill him.
Okay. Fantastic. Torture.
Yeah.
We love to see it.
That little gnome bitch deserves it.
For sure. Absolutely. Yeah, he's terrible. That'll be an exciting day. But yes. So the toy maker says, but I will warn you, though it is currently unfavored, Heckna cares deeply for his pets. And when you dispose of it, I fear the repercussions. But it is something that must be done. And if the time is now, then it must be now, and you must not delay. Take rest if you need it. I bid you prepare, but I also beg you do what must be done.
I mean, it's not like we can say like, oh, let's hold off till we're ready. It's things are already happening. we can't stop now. He knows.
Yeah, you see that they say, we have worked in the shadows up until now, but the time is fast approaching with which we will need to step into the light, to take responsibility, to take the fight to Heckna. Not much stands now in your way. Take what time you need to prepare, but don't dally.
I'd say if you have any other allies that can potentially cause chaos and mayhem to further distract him, now's the time. Now's the time to call in all the favors.
You see that they say, killing the pet, I believe, will achieve just that. As for how, the naughty corner is on the far end of the food court. There are 4 sort of hatches that lead to an underground tunnel. The naughty corner is, when unoccupied, used for food storage for the food court. So by each of the 3 businesses, there is an entrance. I will go with you, not to fight, but to distract whatever proprietor you deign to enter their hatch into the tunnel. Otherwise, I've heard perhaps there is the top of the naughty corner is glass, so as to look upon in shame the pet within. It is glass, easily broken, and I've heard it could already be fractured, so that is perhaps another way in, but whatever way you think best, let me know and I will aid you how I can.
All right.
Just give me heads up before you go, so that I may accompany you or go ahead in your stead so we are not seen together.
Sure.
Very well. Is there any other matters you need to discuss before you depart?
How afraid would you say Scooter is of becoming a feral clown?
You see
Like
that?
on a scale of 1 to 10, how hard do you think he would shit his pants at that prospect?
You see that their mask rotates to one of contemplation. And they say, why?
Oh, 'cause I'm interrogating that fucker. And at this point, I am not above torture.
You see that they nod. And they say, I have only met Scooter briefly. They have only recently been elevated to any position of importance or authority worthy of my attention, other than nuisance. Being clowned is seen as an honor here. Being a thrall is akin to being important to Heckna in some way, tied to him, but Scooter is... what is the word? Stupid? A coward? Power hungry, yet completely terrified for his existence at all hours of the day, from what I
So
can
yes,
see.
he'd be terrified?
I would assume so. Lieutenants are not clowned due to the degeneration. Their minds need to be intact, but I can't imagine it would be a pleasant process for anyone. In fact, it
Good
is
to know.
not. Very well.
Listen, this little bitch betrayed Stella, and fucking we got 2 little kids imprisoned, about to be eaten by a fucking monster. Like, I ain't above fucking with this little bitch.
That's true. You see that they nod and they say, "Very well. If you have further need of me, let Locke know and I will come. Otherwise, I will see you at the food
Well,
court
what?
whenever you are ready." You see that they kind of lean and like hold your gaze a moment and they say, "Prepare well. For if I am correct, things will move very quickly once your deed is done." And they disappear out the door with Stefano. You see Locke
There
turns
should
to
be
you.
long rest.
Yeah, you see Locke turns to you and he says, if you've been needing somewhere to rest, Papa Squat, feel free to use the back room or sort of wherever you wish, or if you need to buy anything. Huh? Take a look at my wares. He holds up
Does
a
he
potion.
have any cool wares?
You look around, you don't see anything new from the last time that you came here. He's got, you know, mostly general goods. Although you do see that he has commandeered a Heckna's handy helper. And you see he goes, "Oh, I'm selling healing potions now." And he kicks it.
Do you ever like try to like break it a little bit so it like spits out the them for free?
You see, he rolls his eyes and he goes, "If only that were how the magic worked. This thing is endless potions."
There was one in the hostel that was fucked up and was spitting them out for a discount.
Oh. What kind of discount?
It was like 2 tickets, I think, something like that.
You see that he kind of is like,
I'm just saying,
And-
like, try
and what if
smacking
I-
it with a sledgehammer and see what happens.
he kind of is like, "And what if I paid you to go retrieve that for me?" A sledgehammer, you
sure.
say? He turns to look at the back counter. He goes, well,
Wait a second.
You've got other more important things to be doing.
Hold on. I'm consulting God really quick. In the form of our dungeon master. Hey God, would that thing have fit inside of our bag of holding?
No, because it's gotta fit in the bag, right? It doesn't open that wide.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I guess so. Damn.
Unfortunately, no. But yeah, you see that Locke is kind of like staring at it and like looking at a sledgehammer in the corner, and he goes, "You get some sleep, and well, we'll work something out later, perhaps."
Mm-hmm.
Sleep well.
Yeah, after you said that, I was like, wait, Did I ask if we could put it in our bag? Because that feels like the obvious question, and I feel a little bit silly if I didn't ask that, but...
No, also, I will say, it's kind of like a bag of holding itself in the way that it gets potions from somewhere else. So
what you're saying is,
it would be very dangerous to maybe put it in your bag.
What I'm hearing is, if I maybe took that to Heckna's castle and stuffed it into the other bag and fucking ran, so that it sucked everything in a certain radius to another plane of existence, in theory, we could literally blow a hole in his castle.
If it had fit in your bag, that could have been a possibility. Unfortunately, it is far too big to fit in your bag. So, all of you find somewhere to lie down in the Lost and Found and take a long rest?
Sure.
Okay. You see Neve goes to the back room and lays on the bed and is like, I'm sleeping here. And you see Ambrose is like, what if I wanted to sleep there? And she closes the curtain so that she can't see him anymore. And he goes, typical. And then he lays down on the floor in like a pile of pillows.
I think, again, long rests don't have to be like sleeping. They can just be like doing something like low intensity.
Yeah.
And so since they literally just long rested, I think Ailstain's like not super tired.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna like kind of do his like workout regimen, but like kind of chit chat with Locke while he does.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
he's like doing pull-ups on one of the door frames. And he's like, you get a lot of customers, Locke?
He goes, aye, lad. This is, well, the best shop in all of Revelia, so aye. You see Kaz is also not very tired, and he just starts like pulling shit out of Locke's shelves and just kind of like looking around, like trying to find something to do. And you see Locke is like, aye, careful with that. And Kaz is like, yeah.
What do you do for your workout regimen, Kaz? You're kind of a strong guy.
You see he turns to look at you and he says, well, I'm not completely dead, so my muscles can still grow, which is kind of good for me, I guess. I do a lot of legs and core work. But, you know, I don't skip on arms either. That shield's kind of heavy, you know. Why? You got tips for me?
No, I'm just curious.
Oh.
We should do a team workout session. We like do that thing where they lock legs and you both do push-ups at the same time.
Oh, what, you want me to spot you? Okay, yeah. He gets up and he's like, he picks up a warhammer and he goes, okay, here, hold this. Yeah. He starts like spotting you. Throughout the next couple of hours, as everybody is like resting, and you're sort of like, there comes a time when Kaz heads to the back room, and Locke is sort of like busy rumbling through stuff. He's like tinkering with the Heckna's handy helper. I think there's a moment where you are more or less alone with your thoughts. And though you are not tired, I think that maybe you kind of disappear into your mind for a moment where it is just you alone with your thoughts.
Still working out though. I'm doing pull-ups, but I'm in a different like place in my mind right now.
Okay, yeah.
I'm doing pull-ups in my mind.
Cool.
Whoa, what the hell? Where am I?
Yeah, you're doing pull-ups and like you do pull-ups till failure, and you black out. No, you go to that.
I'm working out and then I just let go of the door frame and fall thud on the ground.
Yeah, you see Locke just turns around and goes, and goes back to tinkering. He's fine. No, you go to a place in your mind, perhaps seeking a moment of respite, of quiet, just a place to think. Maybe subconsciously close your eyes, but for a moment. And suddenly you are elsewhere. You find yourself in an unusually dark place. You're standing on murky, depthless water that reflects the starless sky above. You look down, expecting to see a reflection, like always.
I go to play rock, paper, scissors with it.
But instead, you see something else. There's a pale figure under the water, aligned with your distorted reflection, obscuring it from view. Are you alone here? You blink, and you are back in the Lost and Found, doing your pull-ups as you were.
Is the "Are you alone here"? Did it say that to me, or is it just a thought?
It's just a thought.
No, Locke's right there, and so is Kaz, and fucking Ambrose and Neve are in the other room.
Your long rest goes by mostly uneventfully. Everyone gets their spell slots back, and the time has come. You are rested enough. What do you do?
I go to the naughty corner and I find Snout and I fucking hold up the little baby I incubated and I hold up a fucking dagger to it and I'm like, come quietly or the baby gets it.
Oh my god.
No, we head to the naughty corner.
Okay. Or the baby gets it. Sorry.
It goes.
Oh my gosh. All right. Let me zoom in on the food court. You make your way across, not very far from the Lost and Found, to the food court. That sort of cordoned off area with lampposts. It is very well lit, and the three sort of wagon tents of the shops there. On the far corner, sort of cast in shadow from the lamplights, you see the naughty corner, roped off by red velvet ropes. You see, standing in shadow near the entrance to the food court is the toy maker. You see they turn to you and subtly, gesture to one of the, to the food court, asking sort of subtly, which hatch, where shall I distract so you may slip in?
So what were the two places? I missed that in my notes. It was one hatch in one place, one in the other. I can't remember what places they were.
There's one hatch by each of the businesses. So there's Bab's Meadery,
the potion guy,
Felix's Elixirs, and Candy's Candy Emporium, and more.
Oh, I thought there was only two, so there's three.
Yeah, no, there's three.
I see. Okay. We fucking hate the candy guy, right? Not the candy guy, the potion guy, right? We fucking hate that guy.
Correct. He is currently
Uh,
Heckna's favored shop in the food court.
I wanna pin all this on him, so we're gonna go there.
Okay, great. You see that you motion to Felix's elixirs. The toy maker nods their head, and them and Stefano make their way up and disappear inside the shop.
Ailstein has just decided he's doing full short king bigotry.
Okay,
This
great.
run. We're picking on all the short kings.
Fantastic.
It's not his fault all the short kings here are fucking bastards.
So, as you make your way to enter, to head to the hatch, give me a stealth check.
For Ailstein?
Yes. Actually, let's do one for all of them. Group stealth.
Because if we're doing group stealth, if it's a difficult DC, we should probably do pass without a trace.
The DC is 14.
So you're wanting to roll all of them and take the average?
No, let's not do group stealth. It'll just be everyone does a stealth check.
Yeah, in that case, the chances of failure are higher. So we're going to do pass without a trace.
Okay. Neve weaves shadow and moonlight over you like a shroud, and quiets your steps as you approach this well-lit area.
Okay.
Let's see. Pass without a trace is...
So it's physically impossible for Ailstein to fail the check as well as Kaz at this point.
Okay.
So I'll just roll for Neve and Ambrose.
Okay. Sounds
Because their pluses at this point make it so that they're like Ailstein's minimum now is up 15 and Neve's minimum is not Neve's, Kaz's minimum is also 15.
Okay.
Yeah, Neve gets a fucking 17.
Jeez.
And Ambrose gets even higher. He gets a 29.
Damn. Yeah, you guys sneak in there, no fucking problem. You see that you at Neve.
Ailstein and Kaz literally become invisible.
Yeah, you guys sneak ahead and like the trapdoor is not locked. So you just pop it open. Neve and Ambrose right inside, and you pop in, close the door. Or do you close the hatch behind you?
I think we want to like leave like a little slip of paper somewhere. Not like too obvious, but like maybe in like the drawer or something of of the shop.
Mm-hmm.
And just like have it say something to the effect of just like the Revelia is in disarray, the eye has been stolen, fucking now's my chance, or now's your chance, strike now while Heckna's distracted.
Okay, I'll say you gave that to the toy maker to plant in in Felix's shop while they're in there distracting them. Fantastic. All right. Yeah, you flawlessly managed to sneak your way. You lower yourselves. There is a ladder that takes you down into a narrow, dark tunnel. You see it's how long is it? I think like I believe it is about yes, it's 30 by 30 feet.
What's 30 by 30 feet?
Oh, the naughty corner itself is 30 by 30 feet. The tunnel leading to it is more narrow. You see at the very end of the tunnel is a set of closed double doors, and beyond that, you assume, is the naughty corner.
How dark is this passage?
It's dimly lit. There's some like low burning torches. But it's it's food storage, so it's not supposed to be like, very well lit.
So like kind of hard to see things, like maybe even right in front of you?
No, I would say it's low light. And with your dark vision, it's like you can see most stuff. Why?
I was just deciding about whether to do something funny, but
you gonna scare Ambrose or what?
No, it probably wouldn't make sense if it's not that dark.
What were you gonna do?
What's our like marching order right now? Like,
you tell me.
Who is in front of and behind who?
That is for you to decide.
I think if it gets dark enough at any point, and if Kaz is right behind Ailstain, I think Ailstain in a hushed tone goes, "Kaz, quick, grab my ass."
And you see Kaz goes, "You wish I was grabbing your ass."
What are you doing back there? Quit it.
He goes, "If you don't stop, I'm gonna put my finger in your butthole."
Whoa, what?
He goes,
Ambrose, control your guy.
You see Ambrose just quietly is like, like, he's kind of like, no. You see Neve rolls her eyes and she's like, God, all of you are so gay. Happy Pride Month, I guess. Everyone in this party is gay. What do you want me to say? But yeah, so what is your marching order?
Probably Ailstain, Kaz, Ambrose, and Neve bringing up the rear.
Okay.
While Kaz is bringing up Ailstain's rear, you know
what I'm saying? All right. Let me show you what you see. Before you get to the double doors, are there any... Now is your time to prepare before the battle. Before you enter this room. Is there any spells you would like to cast? Anything you would like to do?
Sure. Let me freaking protection from evil and good myself.
Fantastic.
Hang on. Let me jot some stuff down.
Okay. Are there any spells we would like Kaz to cast? He's got Bless. He's got False Life, Sanctuary, Beacon of Hope. Ambrose has...
Well, I don't know how long a lot of those last. Well, I know Bless would last pretty much the whole time, but I don't know that... I think it's like... Hang on. I have to refresh all these pages.
Mm-hmm. Beacon of Hope.
All their shit got reset.
For up to a minute. It's concentration.
Yeah, it lasts up to a minute. So if we're like not in the battle, then you shouldn't cast it.
Well, it's like you would cast it right before you're about to enter the battle.
I don't know. I feel like we probably want to keep our options open for now. I guess Neve could enter her wild shape.
Okay.
That might make sense to do.
For sure. Which wild shape does she enter? Her archer?
Yeah, let's start with archer. She can switch to chalice later.
Okay. Or dragon.
Well, dragon, I don't know that dragon's all that useful, honestly, the more I look at it.
Yeah. Archer's the best for DPS. Chalice is the best for healing.
Yeah, it's dragon's more for like ability checks, which you're not doing in a fight.
True. All right, Neve becomes the embodiment of the night sky. Her body celestial in form, constellations abound. The symbol of the archer above her head. What's that face?
I don't think... I'm looking at what we have. I don't think Ambrose has anything worth doing just yet. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just keep our options open for everything else. Or I guess here's what we could do.
Mhm.
Instead of casting it on himself, because it looks like Kaz also has protection from evil and good now.
Mm-hmm.
We could cast it on each other, which is more efficient. Because when you cast it on yourself, if the enemy does hit, then you have to roll to maintain that concentration. But if someone hits someone else that you've cast it onto, you don't actually ever have to make a roll. So, so I think we cast protection from evil and good on each other, since we're both going to be tanking.
Okay. And are you doing that at... Yeah, it's just a first level spell, so... All right.
Yeah.
He goes ahead and casts that on you. Concentration for up to 10 minutes. So you guys are good as long as he maintains his concentration, which he does have advantage on making concentration saves because he has a feat for that. So he has Warcaster, so should be good.
We do that like that meme where it's like the two hands like clapping together and like electricity like crackles off them.
Absolutely. Your newfound gym bro best friend and you clap cheeks. And
Clap cheeks? Whoa! That's something completely different. We do not clap cheeks in the tunnel. I did not consent to that.
He goes, "Come on, bro." Oh, that's so
That is not the kind of spotting that I signed up for. Holy shit.
Not yet, but I don't know.
No.
Damn. Foiled. Okay. Are you prepared?
Yeah.
All right. So you're in front. Do you push open the double doors?
I kick them open.
All right, Jesus. So this is the kind of general outline of the naughty corner. I'm going to zoom in so you just see the room, but know that there is outside as well. But this 30 by 30 feet square is sunken in the ground with a pane of glass over the top.
Really quick, people can see down from the glass into there, right?
Correct.
Can we... So those paper masks that we got from the souvenir shop, are they gonna stick to our faces permanently if we put them on?
I think...
So it doesn't say they will.
Yeah, I don't assume so.
Okay. I just... Listen, sometimes that happens in 5e. I think we're gonna fucking each wear one of the masks so that like no one out there can tell who we are.
Okay.
and so like it maybe makes it more believable that what's his face did this.
Okay, fantastic. So each of you fuck, I don't have that open. What does it is it just like disguise self basically?
It resembles Heckna's own masks, which change depending on the phase of the moon. Right. It doesn't actually disguise self, but it apparently changes our voices and gives us advantage on charisma checks.
All right. Sounds good.
Don't they make you look like Heckna? Exactly. They look exactly like Heckna's masks. No one's gonna. Everyone's gonna be like, "Why the fuck are 4 Hecknas coming to kill the goddamn the little guy?"
The little guy.
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right, let me finish popping them all in here. I really have to get better art of Neve. Honestly, of all of them. All right, so you push open the double doors. And here is what you see.
I like how the naughty corner is not in a corner. Just chalk that up to one of the many stupid little quirks of Heckna's place.
You open the double doors to a darkened room. There is only light from the glass above. You see the cramped space is dark, damp, and it stinks of rot. The stone floor is covered in small puddles and littered with detritus from the regalia. Candy wrappers, moldering, half-eaten pieces of food, and torn bits of costume. You see boxes piled in teetering towers at the edge of the space. The glass ceiling above is plastered with thick webs, casting the lair into shadow. For a moment, there is absolute silence before something shuffles in the corner and lets out a high-pitched, breathless wheezing and lunges. Roll for initiative.
What? There's a fight? I didn't sign up for that. Recount.
Recount.
Yeah. Oh, well, Ailstain got a nat 20.
Oh, fantastic.
+2, so 22.
Okay.
On the flip side, Kaz got a total of 9.
Okay.
Neve got a 5 total.
Okay.
And Ambrose got a 9 total. Honestly, not very many good rolls in there.
Well, you said Kaz got a 9 as well?
Kaz and Ambrose both got 9s, yeah.
Okay.
So I guess they'll share a turn.
Ooh, all right. Fun. All right. So, you see, you've seen Snout before when it passed in the parade. This giant red furry amalgamation, its mouth and also maybe its eye, just a split in the center of its large bulbous body. It splits open like skin, sinewy strings stretching across its open maw, thousands of tiny teeth on the inside. You see tendrils of, like, you're not even sure, it's like web, but it's dark as it sort of like sticks to the webs like some kind of spider if it was made of 1,000 snakes.
Is it an aberration?
It is. Yes. Luckily, Ailstain gets to go first. What do you do? You see it
well,
stuck up in the webs in the far corner, its large body angled in your direction, ready to strike.
Does this thing seem like it like leaps around a lot? Like, does it seem like kind of like a jumpy kind of creature?
It's hard to say. You haven't seen it move. You see it sort of writhing in webs, but you are unsure of how it gets around.
So it is like spinning webs?
Yes.
Ew. I mainly ask that, chat, because there are enemies like minotaurs and stuff where like if they have distance between you and them, they can do more damage as they charge up to you. I don't know that I want to take that chance. So does it look like there's any web between me and it? Like, am I going to get stuck in a web if I approach it?
Yeah, the floor is covered in like, there's like puddles and like there's like garbage kind of littered around, but the webs are on the walls and like mainly on the ceiling. It covers most of the glass, so it's like even if someone were to look in, it would be hard to see through. There's only a small break in where there is glass broken in this top corner, where it looks perhaps like an unfortunate reveler was lured to their death.
Yeah, so I want to run forward and just kind of keep this thing cornered.
Okay.
And start wailing on it.
So this room is 30 by 30 by 30. So it is currently 30 feet in the air. Well, no, it's about 20 feet in the air, stuck to the wall.
What? Oh. Well, what? That sucks.
There are some barrels directly under it. So you might be able to climb on those to get up to it. But you would have to make an athletics check to climb them.
That would also be my action, though, and I wouldn't get to attack it.
That's true.
You
can also delay your turn or do a ranged attack.
Yeah, I'll probably just hit him with 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Okay.
Oh boy, it starts. One definitely misses. I don't think a 9 is gonna hit, but actually, yeah, no, I'm not gonna waste that on this. I'm assuming a 19 does hit though.
That does hit, yes.
All right. Let's do a quick D10 of fucking force damage. That's a 5.
Hell yeah.
5 force damage.
All right.
And then I want to activate my Crimson Right.
Okay.
Which my Hemocraft die is a D6 now.
Fantastic.
So I could take up to 6 damage. I don't like that.
Mm-hmm. That's the risk.
3 damage.
Not bad. Half of what you could have taken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry, Zipper's being very sweet right now.
Yeah, my Hemocraft die has upgraded to a D6 chat, so that basically means when I activate my right, I can take up to 6 damage, but now I can add up to 6 damage to every melee attack, which is honestly, it's worth the trade-off.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because I get double attacks now.
Right.
And actually, hang on. Let me check something, because I'm realizing that I might not have been using my features to their fullest extent.
Okay. To what extent would you use them?
Because I have 2 weapon fighting.
Correct.
Or not 2 weapon fighting, great weapon fighting. And when I roll a 1 or a 2 on damage die for an attack you make with a melee weapon you are wielding in 2 hands, you can re-roll it. I should have been using that this whole time. I haven't been using that.
Oh.
Because I've been using it for the D6s, but not for the D4 lightning damage. But that applies to the lightning damage as well.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, I built my character better than I thought. All right, I have to start doing that now too.
Okay.
Okay, anyway, sorry.
That's all right. I'm glad that you...
That's Ailstain's turn.
I'm glad you realized that you were cooler than you thought you were. All right, that is Ailstain's turn. All right, next up is Snout. Interesting. So, okay, so immediately, you see it open its large mouth, you think?
Yeah.
And a slimy, congealed mass shoots out of it onto the ground near Kaz. A writhing conglomeration of eggs that immediately burst open.
Ew.
And 3 schnozzlings appear in the space around you.
Fantastic news. We are wearing masks, so they have no way to get to our noses.
True.
See, chat. I'm thinking all the time.
Let me find them. There they are. Yes, the insectoid, cloud nose-esque creatures surround your party. I will label them in just a second. Let's see. Nameplate C. Save.
So here's the question: how often can this fucking thing do that? That's what I'm worried about.
That is the question. It is the mother of all schnozzlings. All right. And as well... sorry, it's hard. It's annoying that I can't keep... In D&D Beyond, or in Roll20, you can't keep... well, I guess you can keep multiple things open, but it clogs up the screen and it's annoying. Nope, let go, please. Okay. So it does that. And then as well, it... Let's see, how far are you from it? 5, 10, 15, perfect. 20, perfect. 10, 15, well, I would say Neve, 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 10.
Well, keep in mind there's also more distance because it's vertical from us too.
Yeah.
So if it's up in the corner, that's going to be at least another 25 feet.
Yeah, I'd say it's 20 feet from 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, I would say it's at 20 feet from you and Kaz. But I think Neve and Ambrose are just out of the 25 feet
No, it would
range.
be further than that.
20. Yeah, no, actually
Because-
you're right.
Because if it's vertical, that's an extra 25.
True. All right. Let me... Okay, well, that sucks.
Listen, if I can't reach him, he can't reach me.
True. That is, yeah, 5 foot, 5 foot, 5
Come on,
foot.
get closer, you little ugly fuck. Let's do it.
Yeah, it's gonna have to. Yeah, so... Oh, that's a little loud, I think. You see it sort of writhe. And you see that its great tendrils lash out across the room as it leaves its area of sort of protection and enters the fray. You see that it sticks to the webs along the ceiling, lowering its body down about 10 feet off the floor. You see two...
Wait, it's hovering 10 feet off the floor?
Yes. It's like grabbing onto the ceiling. Let me
So now I'm curious if we can fucking break its little fucking legs to make it fall.
It it follows along the wall and sticks, yeah. It comes right about here.
So it's dangling from the ceiling?
Yes. And you see that as it travels, in its wake as it moves, it is leaving behind a 5-foot line of webbing. So the entire distance that it has moved, there's now more webs along its area, along where it has just traveled.
Mm-hmm.
It is sort of suspended in midair, and that area is now considered difficult terrain. So let me mark that somehow.
You can just draw on the map.
Yeah, I think I will. So from... It sort of went... Oh, what the fuck?
There.
Oh. I was like, how did that happen? Well,
I
no.
just scribbled that on.
Well, yes, but it came from here. So...
Oh. So it didn't like leave it in its wake the whole way, or...
Well, no. Like, the area you did and this part, because it was over here in the corner to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
So everywhere that is currently pink is difficult terrain.
Mm-hmm. How did it do that, though, if it was on the ceiling? Is it just, like, shitting it on the floor?
Yeah, well, it's suspended in midair. So the ground in that area is not... sticky, but it's like in the air in front of you. That is, so you cannot pass through there. It's webs. You could go under it, perhaps, but you would have to like duck under the webs. Does that make sense? It's like the webs are suspended in the air because it is in the air.
All right.
So it moves to that location. And now that it is near you, it is now within 20 feet of you. So it is going to... Let's see. Each creature, yep, that's each of you. So that's a miss. That's a hit. Well, actually... No, that was a hit. That's 2 hits. Hit. Ooh, it just somehow misses you, Ailstain. But it hits Neve, Ambrose, and Kaz.
It has disadvantage on attacks.
On you
both
and Kaz.
me and Kaz.
Okay, so it for
Yes.
sure doesn't hit you. And it misses Kaz as well. Thank you for reminding me. So Ambrose and Neve are both hit with this. Let's see. Ambrose and Neve are both restrained as it shoots webs in their directions. It like sticks to them and like kind of splatters the wall and the ground. So they're sort of like stuck in place.
Mm-hmm.
But... Yes. So that is its move. So I will mark both Neve and Ambrose as restrained, but that is its whole turn. So now it is Kaz's turn. Let me mark them both as restrained while you...
It's Kaz and Ambrose's turn, because you said they're sharing.
Oh, yes. True.
All right. So...
Oh, wait. Actually, I'm so sorry. The Schnozzlings go before Kaz. They go immediately after they spawn.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So. Sorry, it's a lot to keep track of.
You're fine.
Let me close all this shit that's not necessary.
How big are these things? Can we just like stomp on them?
They're very small. They are tiny aberrations. They're like maybe the size of your hand.
Ew, gross. Just step on it.
They don't appear to be very strong. And you don't think that they have very many hit points.
I scoop them all up into my fucking bag of holding so they suffocate.
Let's see. Yeah, each of them are gonna go. So, Schnozzling A is going to.
I think that they should get disadvantage on any attacks because we have the masks on.
Our
faces are covered.
That is true.
Either that or we should at the very least get some extra armor class or something.
I will give them disadvantage if they attempt to attach to your face. But they are stupid and don't recognize that you're wearing masks, so they will still try.
Okay.
So that unfortunately does still hit Ambrose.
You bitch.
It climbs onto Ambrose's face, and sort of like realizes that it is a mask, and its tendrils sort of like seep underneath it. It's sort of like.
Well, how is it getting to him though?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's here, and the tendrils extend in through the mask.
But like how, or is it Schnozzling A that's doing that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I was about to say, how are B and C even getting to him?
No, yeah, it's A.
Okay.
So. It does. Oh god, sorry. There's a long fucking. Okay. I believe immediately it does not do anything. It is just attempting. It is just successfully sort of attaching to Ambrose. So I will move it so they are.
So if we kill it, it won't be like permanently attached to him?
Correct. I'm gonna make it small and put it like on Ambrose's picture so you know like where it is. But yes, immediately it does not do anything. It does not do any damage. It is just starting to attach to his face. So that is Schnozzling A. Schnozzling B is going to go. Seeing that its friend had no trouble attaching, is going to attempt to do the same thing to Cause. But misses spectacularly. And the third one is going to attempt to attach to you. Misses spectacularly. Now it is Cause's turn.
I think I'm going to attempt to utterly and completely obliterate it using a guiding bolt, the first level guiding bolt from Kaz.
The
one that's on Ambrose's face.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll damage or roll to hit.
I think that's he gets +7, dirty 20.
Oh yeah, that hits.
How do you feel about 4d6 radiant damage?
Yeah, you know what? You can roll, but I just need you to know it obliterates it.
Yeah, we're looking at 6, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage.
Yeah. Oh, it's dead. It bursts into sacred flame and becomes dust.
Perfect.
You see it attached to Ambrose's face, and behind the mask, you just heard. And then it gets blasted off. He just goes.
Weeping openly.
He's like, it put its tendrils in my nose.
So, as for Ambrose, how weak does this glass above us look?
The glass is covered in webs, so you would have to destroy the webs before you could even get to the glass.
Would we?
Yes.
See, Ambrose has a silly little thing called shatter, and
That's true.
the webs can't protect it from shatter.
That's true.
Now, my question is, it kind of looks to me like Snout is dangling from the ceiling and not touching the walls at all right now.
It is attached to webs on both the walls and the ceiling.
I feel like he should fall if the glass breaks. I don't know.
I mean,
At least he should have to make some kind of save.
yeah,
or
he'll have to make
something.
some kind of saving throw if you destroy the glass for sure. You will also rain glass down upon everyone in the room, but yes.
I mean, it'll be shattered glass. It wouldn't be like, like it'd be destroyed. That's how shatter works.
Yeah.
It like destroys the object.
Yeah. Yeah.
I specifically want to shatter the space directly above us so that there are no large shards of glass.
Okay. Yeah. There's no shatter immediately destroys objects. They don't get a save, I don't think.
If it does enough damage, which is why I was asking, like, how sturdy does this thing look?
It
Should I
doesn't-
use
it-
a second level?
It doesn't seem like thick glass at all. And in fact, the glass is already cracked.
I see that. All right, so I'll just do a regular second level then.
Okay.
Or not second level, first level.
All right. First level from Ambrose. Or no, not from Ambrose.
7 plus 3, 10 plus 5, 15.
Yes, that for sure will do it. Let me make a dexterity saving throw for Snout.
I'm just saying, I feel like that should be a difficult thing to save from. Just fully
Losing what you're holding on to.
Gets a 17. I think
Boo.
that it stumbles, it shrieks as the glass
wait.
shatters
Wait.
above you.
Wait. It made a check. Ambrose is going to use cutting words
Okay.
to use a bardic inspiration to
Well-
subtract from its roll.
It made a saving throw. That's not the same thing as an ability check.
I think it should apply here.
I'm gonna have to look up if that is how that works.
Hang on. All right, now I gotta look it up too.
No. Cutting words does not work on saving throws.
No, it says it can be applied to saving throw. Oh wait, this is the Baldur's Gate wiki. Hang on.
Yeah. No. There are
Boo!
different types of there's ability checks and saving throws. They're not interchangeable.
Boo!
words
Let him
does not
play,
work.
coach. Let him play.
I'm sorry. Hey, I didn't make the
Boo!
rules. I just enforce them.
Boo! Let him play, coach.
Unfortunately, I will not.
You don't like us having fun.
I will say, because
I'm not trying to twist the rules. Baldur's Gate twisted them first.
I will say that because it had to let go of the ceiling, it had to move more towards the wall. So you will get an attack of opportunity.
But how? It was 10 feet off the ground.
Right, but then it fell because it had to let go of the ceiling and stick more to the wall. It saved its saving throw, so it did not fall to the floor, but it had to move out of that space to get closer to the wall. So that's what its dexterity save did, but it did move away from you, so you do get an attack of opportunity.
All right, I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth.
Listen, I encourage fun and unique things.
15.
Let me. God damn it! I have to keep closing its fucking sheet. 15 does not hit.
What? It has an AC higher than 15. That's crazy. This thing doesn't have armor on.
It sure does. It has natural armor. It's like a thick, furry carapace. It is like a bug.
Sucks. All right.
Unfortunate. But is that the rest of Kaz's turn?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess he'll give fucking. Well, Kaz just did his turn. Does Kaz have anything else? He did an attack. Let me see. I guess he could cast Spiritual Weapon to bring that out and have it attack one of the schnozzlings.
Is that a bonus action?
Yes.
It is a spell, though. You've already cast a spell. Unfortunate.
Yeah, he doesn't do anything.
Okay. It is also Ambrose's turn.
Well, they were sharing a turn.
Correct.
He'll give Neve Bardic.
Okay. I will mark that on her sheet. Gives Neve, winks at Neve. Super gay rainbow sparkles appear as he winks at her, as it is Pride Month.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "Whoa, your sparkles are like extra sparkly right now. What the fuck is that about?" He's like crying
He says,
from still being scared about the thing that attached to his face.
He says, "I'm gay now," and everyone's like, "Now?"
Yeah. I'm gay now. But just now. But just right now.
Okay. So then it's Neve then?
Was that all Ambrose did?
Well, yeah, he cast Shatter. That was his action. Hey, you didn't let me do a reaction. Cutting words.
No. Kaz cast. Oh no.
You know, Kaz cast a spell on the schnozzling that was on Ambrose's nose and killed it. Ambrose cast Shatter to knock what's-his-dick down. Ailstain swung on it and missed because of 15 misses, I guess. He gave Neve Bardic, and then Kaz didn't have a bonus action to take.
Right. Okay. You confused me because you said first level, but Shatter is a second level spell, so I didn't see it on his sheet for some reason. Okay. Anyway, yes. Correct.
What? Oh. Yes. I meant not a third level.
Right.
Yeah,
no worries. Okay. And now it is Neve's turn.
All right, Neve, what are we doing with you? What are we doing?
She is a constellation ready to strike an arrow into the heart of this aberration. Also, we are about to have to take our 15. So if we want to finish Neve's turn, that'll be the end of the round, and then we will take our 15.
Sure. I think she's actually gonna moonbeam these other two schnozzlings, because since it's a 5-foot radius, I think it could theoretically hit both.
Yeah.
And
second or third
yeah,
level?
they both. I don't know that these things are gonna be necessary to hit with a 3rd level. So I guess we can hit them with a 1st level or a 2nd level.
Is that a... Yeah, it's a Constitution save. So let me make that for them.
I'll roll damage.
Ooh, yeah. For Neve, it's 15. Yeah, neither of them make that. So they both take full damage.
And I'm looking at 10 damage total, I think. Yeah, it's 2d10, so 10 damage total.
She casts down the light of the moon and completely obliterates these fucking little bugs.
Hell yeah.
She goes, I hate bugs. Be gone. And a fucking like a laser beam from space annihilates them.
Oh my god, she fucking called down the orbital laser from fucking Helldivers, dude.
Literally. She was like, okay, I'm gonna orbit strike.
Calling down an orbital.
All right.
She lifts up her arm and goes.
Neve is John Helldiver. All right, and with that, we will go back to top of the round after our 15-minute break. So, Neve just finished her turn, and it is now back to top of the order. However, am I correct in thinking... Huh?
Sorry, I think she actually gets a bonus action that I didn't use.
Okay. What did she do? She cast moving, yeah, so she can shoot her arrow as an attack.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and do that if you would like.
Throw a freaking arrow at that thing, dude. 16?
16
I know 15
hits.
failed. Okay. So we know we need to hit a 16 or higher. All right. So then I think it does, what does it do? It does like 1d8 plus something, 1d8 plus 4. Oh, max damage, baby! That's 8 plus 4. That's 12 damage. Let's go.
Nice. It does not like that. She takes her spectral arrow, fires at it. Although, wait, let me just double check something. She is restrained, so her attacks have disadvantage.
What? I don't think that's true.
It is
I
true.
think
I'm
attacks
looking at-
on her.
I'm looking at the description of restrained right now. Attack rolls against you have advantage, and your attack rolls have disadvantage.
Fuck off. God damn it.
So roll again.
That one.
Okay. Unfortunate, but she is restrained.
Does she get to make
Oh, you're right. The map
like
is not on screen.
another save at the end of her turn? As stuff like that usually works.
Yes. At the end of her turn, she can make, as an action, she can attempt a strength check to break the webbing. Or the webs can be attacked and destroyed.
All right.
All right.
I assumed that it was a save at the end.
That's my bad. I should have clarified. But you did get
I
rid
should
of...
have just had them both roll a fucking recovery, but whatever.
You did get rid of the schnozzlings. So, not all for naught.
We killed the ants.
All right, that is back to top of the order. And before your turn, Ailstain, something else happens. Let's see. Ooh. Both of those are really mean. Ugh. Okay, yeah, let's see. At top of the round, Snout releases more webbing from its maw in a 20-foot cube. The webbing radiates with necrotic energy, and while it does no damage to you, any creatures in contact with the webbing cannot regain hit points or succeed on death saving throws. So you must destroy.
Is there not
the
a save, or do we have to destroy the webbing?
Or no, I'm sorry. It contaminates webbing within the 20-foot cube. So you are not affected by it, but now all of the webbing that is highlighted is contaminated. So if you come into contact with this webbing, that is what happens to you, and that applies to
the webbing. But also the webbing that's on them.
Yes. So it must be destroyed before it can stop happening to them.
This is gonna be the irritating fight. I can already tell. It's like, it's not even gonna be difficult. It's gonna be so irritating.
He sucks. He sucks really bad. All right. So with that is your turn again, Ailstain. There was something else I could have done that was way meaner. So so please don't.
I'm not gonna give you credit after that. You let me roll multiple attacks, not realizing that there was not a save at the end of their turns. All right. Is this thing like within range now for melee attacks?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
With the fall, it came into melee range.
I'm gonna wail on this thing like crazy.
Okay. Oh, hold on.
I'm rolling 2 attack rolls.
Let me finish drawing. Basically, wherever this thing goes, it leaves webbing. So there's now webs here as well.
Gross.
Yes.
So that's a dirty 20 and a 17.
Both hit.
I'm assuming both of those hit.
Correct.
I'm gonna roll both attacks and see if I want to re-roll the die on one of them. Let's see real quick. All right, I rolled a 5 and a 3 and a 5 and a 3, so I'm just gonna choose one of them at random to re-roll.
Okay.
And I got a 4 and a 4, so it's 8 either way.
All right.
And then so re-rolling the lightning damage now. Went from like a 1 to a 2. So that's 16 plus 6, 22 plus 2. That's 22 slashing damage and 2 lightning damage.
So 24 damage overall?
Mm-hmm. As long as it's not resistant to either one.
It does not appear to be. It shrieks in anger and pain. It is an ear-splitting sound. And it bleeds.
What kind of blood does it have?
It bleeds black blood upon the floor that stains the webs.
Nice.
It is disgusting. Is that your turn?
Yes.
Fantastic.
I think.
It is Snout's turn. Again. Let's see.
Wait, it got to take a turn at the end of all the turns, and then it gets to do a turn again. Was that like a legendary action or something, or like a lair action?
It took a lair action. Yes. All right.
Damn, we should have got this thing out of its fucking lair, dude.
Let's see. Ooh, okay.
In hindsight, we probably should have just broken the glass and released it into the fucking Revelia, because then it would be out of its lair.
All right. It has disadvantage against you, correct, Ailstein?
Yes, it does.
Well, you're really fucking lucky for that because I just rolled a natural 20. It does, however, still hit you with a 16.
All right. I have to roll a Constitution save.
Okay.
Right.
Let's see. That does. 13. Roll 2 Constitution saves. It's hitting you twice.
This is bullshit. Even with disadvantage? What the fuck
Yes.
are you rolling? A D50?
I rolled a 16 and a 13. It's got a lot to attack.
But you said a 16 and a what?
And a 13. Plus
A 13 does not hit.
Not plus its modifiers. Like that's what I got on the die.
This is bullshit.
So let's see. You take 12 piercing damage as its tendrils lash out like whips and slash across you.
You said 12?
Yes. Ooh. 8. What is Neve's? Okay, it only hits Neve once. Neve takes 4 damage.
I thought they were both hitting me.
It's attacking 6 times.
Oh my god, Jesus.
But it can only attack one person twice. So not all on the same person. So Neve takes 4 damage.
That's insane. Even fucking, I think my strongest fucking bosses we had in Bedlam had like 3 attacks. That's wild. Was that 12 damage total on me, or is it gonna do more to me?
No, yeah, that was 12 total. And that does...
So I'm gonna roll. So then was that 12? What was that a total of? Because it was 2 attacks, right?
Yeah, it's a total of 12 piercing damage.
What were the 2 amounts?
6 and 6.
Okay.
All right. So, and then it does... Look at a 1. It does 4 damage to Ambrose as well. All right. And then finally...
I succeeded both con saves, so concentration on the one on cause succeeded.
Perfect. And then it does an additional... it does an additional 12 damage to Ambrose.
Jesus. How much damage did Ambrose take?
12, 13, 14, 15, 16. He took 16 damage.
Are you updating their sheets?
I am.
Okay, you are.
All right. And that is...
We should show their health on their tokens if we can.
That is...
That'll be better for everyone watching.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh, can I change the things? I think I can change the things on them.
You might be able to. Let's see. Amber.
Yeah, I just put the health bar on Nailstain.
Cool.
I'm gonna do this. Hang on.
I don't know if you can do it for Neve, so I'll do it for her.
It's crazy to me that Ambrose has almost as much health as Ailstain.
Yeah.
Not quite as much, but almost.
Yeah. I don't know. There it is. Okay. Neve has.
I'm gonna move Kaz slightly up so people can see Ailstain's health bar.
Okay. I added it for Neve as well. Yeah, sorry. I was trying to type in Neve's like HP thing and it was like, you can't do that. And so the Windows noise fucking yelled at me. Okay, so that is its turn. Actually, wait. I think maybe there's one more thing it can do. So it did its multi-attack, and then I believe as a bonus action.
Ref, do something.
Yes. As a bonus action, it creates an additional 20-foot square of webbing originating from itself.
What type of damage was this? You said it was piercing?
Correct.
Okay.
So now... But there's no save for that. I don't know how that works. It says on...
So we just get webbed?
Yeah, well, it just says on each of its turns, as a bonus action, to create 20-foot square of webbing originating from itself. But it has
And it restrains us every time?
But it has a separate attack that is for restraining. So I think that it doesn't... I don't know how that works. It doesn't...
Because if it can restrain, that's insanely OP. Because basically what that means is every single turn, we're going to have to spend an action to escape restrained.
Well, so I
which
don't
means
believe that it hits you.
That'll be the slowest fight of all time.
I don't believe it hits you because it has an attack that it can use to that it did on Ambrose and on all of you to restrain you all, but it also just says it can create web as a bonus action, so I don't think it hits you.
So
There's
we're just covered in webs.
No, I think that it maybe just... I don't know. Since I don't know how that works, it's not gonna do that. Or I guess it can create it like around. Like that doesn't make any sense.
It could be making difficult terrain similar to the other webbing, which just halves our speed inside of it.
That's true, but it's also because of its layer action. Oh no, so it would create more webbing. Yes, okay, you're so right. Yes, so I'm gonna use a different color. So the pink is webbing that is contaminated, that when you are caught in it, you cannot regain HP, and you cannot, you have disadvantage on death saves. I'm gonna create another color of web that is just difficult terrain so far.
Okay.
So it'll be purple. So 20 feet from itself. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah. So all 20-foot cube.
Jesus Christ, the whole fucking place is covered in it then.
Yeah, well, it's 30 by 30. So
yeah, 20-foot cube is most of that.
Yeah. So I think it's what, 5, 10, 15, 20.
It would be a square like this, I think.
Like
well,
this?
no, that would be a 30 by 20. The corners could be here. but then that would be 20 by 20. This is 20 by 30.
Okay. I don't like... I'm redoing this all.
Okay.
So, there's web here and here, you know, like on him. And then there is web originating from himself. So 5, 10, 15, 20. So 5, 10, 15, 20. So is it to the wall then?
It depends on where you center it. Like if you're centering it here.
Well, it's centered on him.
Oh, if it's centered on him, then it would be the top rightmost corner would be here, and it would just be the line down from here.
To the wall here?
Yeah, and then it would extend off to the left.
Okay.
Because if it's a 20-foot cube centered on him, then it's, 10 feet out in each direction.
Yes. How do I... Nope. How do I erase? The fuck? I want to let me erase.
This is learning to use Roll20 simulator.
I'm starting over. This is stupid.
Maybe it just doesn't get web.
No. So, out from here, you said? So, like there?
That's a little too far. That's 15 feet out from him on the right. This would be 10 feet out from him.
It's 20 feet out.
Yes, but it's a 20-foot cube, right?
Yeah.
And it's centered on him, so
Yeah.
it's 10 feet out in each direction.
5, 10. Oh, I see. So, here.
Yes.
Okay. Yep. I know how to play this game. And then that's contaminated.
It's any time numbers are involved.
Okay. Anyway, that's what it does. Now it's Kaz's turn.
So are we unable to heal now because
No,
we're in
that
this?
is not. The purple is not contaminated. The pink is. And Neve and Ambrose are currently restrained with it. So they need to break their bindings before they can heal.
I see. All right. Whose turn is it?
Kaz and Ambrose.
Ambrose is gonna try and break free. What kind of check is it?
It's a strength save.
Oh my god. We're talking about the weakest twink of all time.
webbing
He's
can
got a
also-
-1.
The webbing can also be attacked and destroyed if you do not want to make the save.
Can be attacked. I'm gonna hit him with the fucking mace, dude. Yeah, fuck it. Kaz will smack Ambrose with a mace.
Okay.
I mean, how strong does the webbing look? Does it look like a single D6 plus 1 could destroy it?
No. This looks like sturdy webbing.
I'm gonna have him do the fucking strength check.
Okay.
Oh my god, wait! 16! 17 minus 1.
Okay.
Does that succeed?
No.
What? Bro. This fight sucks.
Yeah?
Oh my god.
tough.
Just eating up all my actions. Fine. Kaz'll fucking cast fucking guiding bolt on it.
Okay. At what level?
Just first level. If it's stronger than 4d6, I'm gonna like walk over to your room and throttle you myself.
Okay. I did not create this fight. I just need you to know.
That's a 16, 9 plus 7.
That hits. I am merely facilitating it.
Mm-hmm.
And I need you to
I'm
know
just-
that I
I'm
have
just
adjusted
warning you.
it because it was worse than this. So really, you should be thanking me.
I will not be thanking you for this.
Okay, great.
You didn't let me use Baldur's Gate rules.
Go play Baldur's Gate if that's what you want.
15 damage.
Okay. Yeah, that destroys it.
Okay. Good God. That's pretty much all their fucking actions, though. They don't get to do much else.
And that was on Ambrose, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Ambrose is no longer restrained.
I guess he can do a bonus action. Let's do a healing word on Ambrose.
Okay.
Or fuck, that's a spell. God damn it.
Oh, that is a spell. You're right.
No, he can't fucking do anything, actually.
Yeah.
God. Ambrose, what can you do? Please have something that you can do.
Well, if it's a cantrip.
No, he can't do anything.
Oh, he doesn't have a healing cantrip, does he?
Nope.
Right.
He's got nothing.
Unfortunately.
He's got Toll the Dead, I guess. He can do Toll the Dead on the fucking thing.
Okay.
That's a wisdom save.
All right. Fail.
Oh, like it failed the save. Got it.
Yes, yeah, it rolled a 3, so.
I was about to say, how the fuck is this thing also wise?
No. No, looking at this thing, it doesn't look, incredibly unwise, but it doesn't look like the most wise either.
That's 8 damage total.
Fantastic.
8 necrotic damage, I might add.
Fantastic. It does not like that. All right.
I guess Ambrose can drink a potion. That's a bonus action, right?
That is a bonus action, yes.
Drink that potion, gay boy.
All right. And that is, I believe, 2d4 plus 2. Or did you get, yeah.
I'm rolling it now.
Okay.
I got my silly little potion bottle.
Mm-hmm.
That's 5, 6, 7 healing.
All right. So he is up to 34 hit points. Perfect. All right. Is that the end of both of their turns? Are either of them going to move at all?
Yeah, this thing seems really bad for grouping up, so I guess they'll move out of the webbing and away.
It is difficult terrain, so it'll be half movement, but they can go ahead and...
I mean, they're immediately moving out of it, though, because they're at the edge of it.
Right. Yeah, move
So it's
them
5,
wherever you want.
10, they're instantly... I don't think the halving would really apply.
Okay.
They move there and there.
Cause in a half square?
What? He's not in a half square for me.
Oh, it took a second to adjust for some reason.
Weird.
All right. Perfect. That is Neve's turn.
Oh, God, she's restrained too. And it's like a fucking really difficult strength check. Can she attack it herself? I guess it's at disadvantage, though.
Mm-hmm. She could still try it. She does have Bardic.
Actually, you know what? Sacred Flame is a dex save, and I can't imagine that it would succeed on a dex save.
It is webbing.
I think it automatically fails, and she can do what is it? Hang on. Oh yeah, it's it got upgraded because she hit level 5, so it's 2d8.
Oh, nice.
So sacred flame that bitch.
All right then.
That's 10 damage.
It burns away
4 to 6.
most of the webbing, but it is
What?
she is still restricted.
God damn it. Ah, I'm gonna lose my mind. That was unfortunately her action.
She has
So
her
I guess
bonus
she's.
action.
I know. I don't think she's gonna bonus action throw the arrow at the webs, I guess.
Okay. It is
Which
a
normally-
ranged.
Yeah, it's a ranged attack, which she would be making at point blank range, which would give her a disadvantage. But luckily, she already has disadvantage, so you can't
True.
give me disadvantage on this.
Yeah. Can't have double disadvantage.
Does a 12 hit?
A 12 just hits.
Okay. So that's a D8 plus 4.
Okay.
That's 3 plus 4 is 7.
Yeah. She is no longer restrained. The webbings fall away.
Good God, bro. She can't disengage now. I don't know. She fucking hangs out.
All right. That is back to top of the order. And well,
And that's Ailstain, right?
yes, but it will do a layer action first.
God damn, how many of those does it get? It's usually like 2 or 3, I think.
Yes. Oh, actually, you're right.
I think some creatures sometimes get 4.
Let me. Why don't you go ahead and do what you're gonna do your turn, Ailstain? I'm gonna double check that, actually.
Okay. Usually there's a limit on legendary actions and resistances and lair actions.
Yeah.
I just drank a potion. 4 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. That's 7 healing for Ailstain. So I'm gonna, unless it's gonna lair action necrotic me or whatever. If not, then he's at 36 health.
Let me double check.
What I do here will fully depend on what you decide to do for that layer action.
It just says that it can't use the same effect 2 rounds in a row, but it does not specify a limit to how many it can take.
It has unlimited layer actions?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
That seems intense.
I mean, if that's what it is, that's what it is.
I disagree with that. I mean, it doesn't get legendary actions. It doesn't, but even legendary actions are
I think
limited.
if it gets unlimited layer actions, I'm gonna try and get out of this fucking pit because that's actually gonna kill us. So like if it has unlimited, let me know. I'm getting out of here.
It's used 3 so far. Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna say that like it's used them up. Like that does not seem fair.
All right, that's up to you. But
No, yeah. So
like I said,
what was you took a healing potion?
I took a healing potion and got 7 HP.
Okay. Did you put it back on your bar?
Yes.
Okay.
He's got 36 out of 44.
And then what's your action?
Fucking wail on him, I guess.
All right. Go ahead and make those attacks.
All right, well, one definitely whiffs, but doesn't have Bardic. Yeah, one whiffs, but one was a 25.
Oh, that certainly hits.
All right, let's see what we get. Forward 26. So I think that let me reroll the 2. Nice, got a 6 out of that. 2 6s and a 5. We're looking at 17 damage. 12 slashing and 5 lightning.
Jesus. All right.
How's this thing looking, by the way?
It's hurt for sure.
Not bloodied?
No, not quite yet.
So this thing definitely has over 100 health. That's what we've learned here today, chat.
All right. Yeah, it does not fucking like that. It screams like a banshee without the brain melting aspects. All right, is that the end of your turn?
I did a bonus and a regular action, so I think that's it.
All right, it's going to see if its weapon recharges. It does. But does it want to do that? I think it's just gonna multi-attack again. However, there's only 2 people within range, but it does have disadvantage on you, so let's make those attacks.
I'm realizing I could also be using cutting words on its attack rolls on people.
That's true. One attack hits you. Let's see. How much damage does that do? 6 piercing damage to you, Ilstain.
Wait. What I was saying was that I would roll cutting words against those attacks.
Okay. It rolled, what's your AC? 16. It rolled a 17.
All right. Because we can do 2 cutting words, and then what's her face has Bardic. Yeah, so that was 8 subtracted from its attack.
Okay, so then miss. But it did hit Neve as well. Twice.
Oh, fuck. I should have used it on Neve. Damn it. Okay. He only gets 1 reaction, so.
Neve takes...
Can I apply that 8 to Neve instead, and I'll just take the damage?
I'll allow it.
Okay. He subtracts 8 from the attack on her, and I'll just eat the damage.
Okay, so you take 6 damage, and you negate one of the attacks on Neve, but one still hits, so Neve takes 6 damage as well.
Okay. He's at 30 HP, and then I need to roll a con save.
Neve is at 28.
That just succeeds. I rolled a 10.
Why? Excuse me. There we go. All right. Well,
What
you
does
don't need to roll
Ambrose
a
say
con
to-
save. Oh yes, you do because you were
Yes, I
attacked.
do.
You're right.
Yep. But it's okay. I succeeded.
Perfect. Perfect.
Oz still has protection from evil and good. What does Ambrose say to subtract that 8? It has to be something real cutting.
He goes, "You're gross." Here's one of those.
You're ugly!
What are those snakes?
You're ugly! No wonder you're not favored by your master!
Literally. You don't sparkle at all. No wonder it keeps you in the dark.
And he goes, he cries a little bit.
It goes.
It's like a child throwing a temper tantrum.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Well, that is. Oh wait, no, it makes one more attack. Boop. Boop. It's 15 hits you, Elstein. For
15.
well, 15 plus. It rolled
damn it.
a 15. Plus that's ears. Ears.
Wait, I thought it already did 2 attacks on me.
It gets 2 attacks. It gets 2 tendril attacks, and that can't hit. So it takes 6 tendril attacks.
Okay.
Only 2 of those can be against the same person, and then it also
Okay.
takes 1 bite attack, and that could be against
Oh
anyone.
my god. So it gets 7 attacks?
Yes.
That's crazy.
That is another 5 piercing damage to you.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, the boss, you're level 5 now. All right, things are
Brother,
starting to
what
get
are
harder.
we doing?
All right, shit's getting more tough. They told you this place sucked. You didn't believe them.
I believed them.
This is why Mom doesn't fucking love you. Okay, that is the end of its turn.
Okay, that definitely succeeds. That's a 14 con save. So it's Kaz and Ambrose's turn.
Correct.
All right, let's get these guys fucking doing shit. I want the ass toucher to roll an attack on the goddamn bitch.
Okay.
I think a 16 hits, right?
Sure does.
Why am I rolling so many 9s today?
I don't know, but
Like, I
if
guess
they're-
I'm not going to complain
if
since
they're
latest it's not
hitting-
2s.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do that. I did that as a 3rd level. So
What did you do?
3rd guiding bolt.
Okay.
So we're doing 6d6, baby.
Jesus Christ. All right.
I'm gonna roll that digitally because I don't have that many.
That's a lot.
That's
of them.
21 radiant damage.
Woo! That's a lot. All right. Yeah, it is
And
almost bloodied.
the next attack on this thing should have advantage then.
It does. Yeah, this thing is starting to look a little worse for wear.
I think that's 79 damage total, which means this thing has over 160 health. That's just so you know where we're at, chat. Okay, what does he have for bonus actions? He really doesn't have much. They're all spells.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, you can cast a spell.
oh
well, no, you can cast a
fuck!
spell.
I should. Okay, next turn I need to bring out spiritual weapon. I need to not cast an attack, and I need to bring out spiritual weapon. That's a good bonus action to take. Okay. I guess Ambrose is gonna go.
Okay.
And cast something. So these webs can be damaged?
Yes.
Okay, it's good to know. So then what he could do is cast a second level shatter and
Where?
center it on this spot
Okay.
so that it destroys all that webbing and also hits what's his dick.
Okay. What's the radius on that?
It's a 10-foot diameter, so it's 5-foot radius. So right here.
Okay. Yep.
And
Go
it's
ahead.
5 feet in each direction. So that's actually not an attack, so he has to make a save, but I assume the webs will just auto fail that.
Yeah.
So that's 4d8.
What is the save?
Just his spell save, so 15.
Succeeds.
Okay, so it takes half damage. It takes 7, and the webs take 14.
All right. It's pissing me off that there's no erase. There's just like delete everything, and it's like, no, that's not what I fucking want.
You could always, I don't know, draw a square around it to be like, this is safe, like a purple square.
Okay, great. We're gonna do another color. Yeah, the blue. Okay, blue.
Okay.
Blue. Blue safe.
Did you remove a potion of healing from Ambrose, by the way?
No, I will do that now.
I removed one from Ailstain, but I can't do that from Ambrose. Because someone won't give me control.
That's not how it works. Okay. So, what's the damage that he takes?
7. The webs take 14.
He is officially bloodied.
All right, so that's 86 damage total. So
87.
Worst case scenario, it has a total of 172 health, chat. And we got to do at least 86 more. At most 86 more. Okay, that's his action.
All right.
And he doesn't really have any cool bonus actions, because of course he doesn't. I'm gonna hold on to that last bardic so that he can cutting words again if he really needs to.
Okay.
Okay, that's his turn.
He's cast Bardic twice?
He gave bardic to Neve once.
Yeah.
And then he used cutting words the second time.
You're right. Okay. All right. That is Neve's turn.
So these attacks that it's rolling on us,
Uh-huh.
what's their reach look like?
It hasn't been able
Like
to attack past what's directly in front of it.
So here's what we're gonna do. Since it was just Cause's turn, I'm gonna have him move just a little bit.
Just kidding. It hasn't been able to bite within or without melee, but the tendrils have reached a little far,
How far?
like 15 feet.
Okay. So, slight retcon. Can we move Kaz and Ambrose to have them take their movement?
Yeah, that's fine. Neve
Have
hasn't
Ambrose
gone yet.
just stand on top of this box.
He's gonna have to do an athletics check to get up there.
What? To get up there?
Mhm.
It's just a step up.
No, it's a tall box.
All right. All right, Ambrose.
I mean, he could just take a step back from where he was.
Well, no, because I want them all to be far apart from each other, so this thing can't roll those 6 attacks. Because that's what's fucking us right now. If it's limited to only being able to do attacks on one person at a time, then we can manage this. You said it was athletics?
Yes. Oops, I think I accidentally closed.
It's a +0 to that.
I think I accidentally closed my PDF.
Son of a bitch. 11? How high of a DC are we talking?
Sorry, I closed my PDF on accident. Give me a second. No, why
Oop.
did the same song restart again? Shut up. Do a different song.
Don't worry, chat. I'm not drinking Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew is boycott. I'm drinking Mountain Rush by Shasta. It tastes like Sprite is the weird thing. It does not taste like Mountain Dew.
Does
They
not.
did not nail the Mountain Dew taste.
It is a 12 athletics check.
God damn it. Rolled an 11.
Unfortunate.
All right, fine. He won't do that. All right. Yeah, so then Neve, I want her to disengage. And I want her to move way the fuck over here.
Okay.
I can't move her.
Oh, sorry. Where is she moving? In the
I'm
corner?
marking it right now. Yep.
Okay. She
Not touching the
runs
evil web.
over there. She goes, "Oh, I hate this place."
If
Well-
she passes through Aelstein's token, that would be yeah, that'd be 20 feet of movement plus the 10. So I believe she should be able to make it there.
Because it's difficult terrain. She only has 30 feet.
Yes.
So it's
Yes. Oh wait, no,
20,
she's
30.
5 feet to the left. She's one square over.
so that's
Whatever.
5. So that's well, each of these squares is 5 feet. So it's each of these squares
Yes.
is actually 10 feet.
Yeah, so it's 10 plus 10, 20, and then plus 5 because she's out of it by then,
Oh,
and then plus
yes.
5 again. That's
You're
30.
right. You're right. You're correct. Okay.
I overestimated by 5 feet.
Okay. That is her action. It is
Her bonus action is her arrow.
okay. Go ahead and make that attack.
What's her spell attack? Oh, dirty 20. That hits.
Oh, nice.
So it's a D8 plus 4. I swear to God, I keep losing my D8. I don't know what it is.
It don't want you to reload it.
That's 7 damage total.
All right. It does not like that. Not happy at all. All right. And that is back to top of the round. That is you, Aelstein.
I want to use 10 feet of movement to move closer this way.
Okay.
I did not leave its range, so it shouldn't get an attack of opportunity. And I want to drink another potion.
Okay.
So I'm gonna subtract 1. He has 1 potion after this left.
Okay.
Rolling my silly little potion bottle.
Okay.
I keep rolling a 4 and a 1. 4, 5, 6, 7 healing.
Okay.
Bro's getting turned off the healing potions, dude.
Oh my god.
He's fucking down. He's downing these things like stims and hell divers, dude.
He's fucking injecting them like a fucking stim pack in Fallout.
The stims and hell divers canonically are incredibly addictive, so Ailstain's just getting addicted on fucking healing potions right now.
Oh my god.
I might bust out the amulet of false endurance if it comes to it.
Okay.
But not just yet.
All right then.
2 attacks on this bitch.
Don't forget that Cause also has the thingamajig equipped.
Oh yeah, that like removes damage or something.
No, so his
Or no, not the thing, but that's the shield. The
Yeah.
thingamajig.
collects damage and is able to disperse
Yeah.
it. And then his
Yeah,
shield
he
is
hasn't-
able to... Yeah.
He hasn't taken damage is the thing.
Yeah, I'm just reminding you what of the stuff he's got.
Okay. So I'm gonna re-roll this D20. I'm gonna use my fucking my good luck charm. Once per long rest, do a little fucking lucky attack. Try again.
Okay.
That one probably hits. Let me double check. Yes, 19. That's a 19 and a 21. Both of those should hit. I'm gonna roll damage. God damn, dude. I like rolling damage is actually a chore now because I have to roll my damage dice. Then I have to decide which attack I'm going to use Savage Attacker on. I also have to be applying my Great Weapon Fighting to every D6 roll for any 1s or 2s I roll to re-roll them.
Yeah. Got a lot to do.
All right, perfect. That's very easy to decide which I'm gonna re-roll because I got a 3 and a 5 and a 3 and a 5.
Oh shit.
All right, we're keeping the 3 and a 5 because it got worse.
All right.
And then roll the damage for. What I'm learning is I need more D6. I need to grab more of my D6 next time.
You have a lot of dice.
I do have a lot of dice. So that is. Get ready. 16 slashing damage
Jesus.
plus 7 lightning damage.
What's that overall?
That is 23 damage total.
Yeah, just for the rest of this fight, just give me the total. I don't need to know. I don't need to know.
Fair enough.
All right. It is really not doing well. It is not critical, but it's not doing good.
I think he's like hacking and slashing at it. And like just for like narratively, now that I'm getting multiple attacks, I think like he's like envisioning like when he was watching Amber moving all that time ago, her rapid attacks. He's like mimicking some of her moves. Meanwhile, as he's slashing and cutting at this thing, he's like, "How does it feel knowing you're gonna die when your master hates you at the same time?"
It has no, well, hold on.
It seems intelligent. Your master hates you, and you're never gonna be in his favor again.
It goes and it cries a little bit.
Good.
But it's just like blood and black viscous liquid that drip from its mouth, so you're not actually sure if it's crying.
I think
seeping.
it should only
woundlessly.
have at max 56 health remaining.
All right. And that is. You're done with your turn?
I think so. I took a bonus action and an action, so I think that's it.
All right.
Now it's turn.
Well, you've really done yourself a disservice by putting your tank in a corner, so this is your fault, unfortunately.
I mean, it's better to have everyone separated so that it can't attack multiple people.
You're lucky it has disadvantage on you. That was the second natural 20 that I rolled for it. Alright, you get a tendril and a bite.
Do I? Because we're cutting words, baby.
The first or the second attack?
Which one seems worse?
You gotta pick.
I feel like a bite must be worse than the tendril attack, right? I feel like that's gotta be worse. I'm gonna do it for the bite.
Okay. So you take...
That's 5 off of its attack roll.
Yeah, so that one misses.
And Ambrose is out of Bardic. He's like, yeah, and I bet you've never been in his favor.
You still take 16 piercing damage.
Good God. All right.
As it lashes out.
I am bloodied.
Yes. Oh, wait. Just kidding. You use the...
Oh?
So the bite attack missed?
Yes, the bite attack missed.
Okay. You take 6 damage.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, my brain was like...
Significantly different.
My brain was like, and now damage time.
I am not bloodied then.
Okay. Good.
That's 10 less damage.
Woo. Yeah, listen. That bite's no joke.
So it was the right call to make the bite miss.
The bites look a little bit worse.
I figured it must be worse than because you have to be close for it.
All right, and no.
Go on, go try to attack one of our pals. Go on, leave my attack radius. Go on.
Yeah, you're the one who's like consistently hitting it, so I think it's pretty focused on you right now. That is back to Cause and Ambrose.
Big braining this fight, chat. Cause and Ambrose. Honestly, I think didn't Cause just gain what was it?
Beacon of Hope.
Fucking Beacon of Hope.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but that's concentration. If he casts that, then
Your protection from evil good will be gone.
Yeah, we don't want that. We don't want that.
No.
Ooh. You know what could go fucking nutty mode though? That I just fucking realized. Oh, this is genius. Why didn't I think of this sooner?
Pray tell.
Ooh, hang on. Let me read the rules here, because if I'm understanding this correctly, it's about to get insanely hard for this thing to hit me. Also, let me quickly roll a Constitution save, because I just realized I forgot to do that.
Yes.
It only did 6 damage, right? So it's going to be a DC 10. That's a 17 plus 2, 19. Okay.
God, where are all these
so that's
good
DC.
rolls coming from? Where were they yesterday or last week?
So I could do spiritual weapon, which is not concentration, which would be nice, but I think I might do something slightly better. So I think this should stack because this is not disadvantage. Sanctuary wards a creature against attack, so he could ward Ailstain against attack.
But you can't
And
attack
any-
while you're in Sanctuary.
Yeah, but I mean, if he's pissed off at me and attacking me, like, I could maybe just act as like a tank while they wail on it.
True. But there's nothing to stop it from attacking them if they get closer.
And, but you can cancel a spell at any time. It doesn't have to be your turn. So Kaz could just drop it, and then Ailstain could attack.
Oh, yeah, whatever you want to do.
Especially if it goes to leave range, I think.
Well, is it that it cannot target you for an attack?
No, it can, but it has to make a wisdom save. So I'm pretty sure that stacks with disadvantage. So it would have to make a wisdom save or fail, and then even if it succeeds, it has to make 2 attack rolls and take the lower of the 2.
I see.
So like, it has to succeed at all 3 rolls in order to hurt me.
I see.
So that makes it tough for it. But if it leaves and goes to attack someone else, I guess this is a question for you, if you would allow this, because the only thing I'm uncertain about, because it's not explicitly stated in the rules, is that if it leaves my area of attack and I get an attack of opportunity, would you allow Kaz to drop Sanctuary so that I can use that reaction? Because it's not really a action or a reaction or a bonus action to drop the spell. You just drop the spell. So I'm like, I feel like maybe you should just be able to drop it whenever.
Yeah, it's not stated, I don't believe. So I guess that should be fine.
Oh, wait a second.
What?
Oh yeah. No. It is stated. So if the warded creature makes an attack, casts a spell that affects an enemy, or deals damage to another creature, the spell ends. Yeah. So if he did an attack of opportunity, it would cancel the spell, and he'd be able to do it. Okay. So what I'm thinking here is it's locked onto Ailstain, wants to kill him, make him an impenetrable wall of fuck.
Oh, what?
And then if it tries to leave and attack one of our friends, I can smack it. So it's like, it's a catch-22. Do you want to try and hit me, or do you want to try and run away and take a fucking attack of opportunity, you know?
True.
So I think that's what he's going to do. I think he's going to do Sanctuary on Ailstain.
Okay. Sounds good.
So that's his action. Let me mark that in my little sheet here so I don't forget. Okay, and so then what do we got for bonus actions over here? Yeah, unfortunately, his only bonus action is spiritual weapon, but I would rather get this impenetrable wall of fuck going. So that's what he's gonna do.
Okay.
As for Ambrose, he's got no fucking bonus actions to his name, but...
Well, he's got spiritual weapon. Or no, he used his last cutting words. You're right.
Ambrose doesn't have spiritual weapon.
Or I'm sorry, I meant bardic inspiration.
Yeah, he used them all.
Yeah, you're right.
But he is going to Dissonant Whispers this thing.
Okay.
So it has to give a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
And he's gonna cast this at 3rd level.
Fails.
Ooh. That's tough. That's gonna be 5d6 on this bitch. And on top of that, it now is terrified of Ambrose and wants to get as far away from him as possible.
Okay.
So that's 13 damage.
Overall?
Yes. And then let me just double check. On a failed save, it takes that damage, and it has to use. It must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far away from you as it can, using the safest route. On a successful save, the target takes half as much damage. And I'm pretty sure I think that only lasts for one turn. But yeah, it has to run away now.
Okay.
And do whatever it can to get away.
It does. You do that, or he does. Oh my god, he does that damage to it. Although it doesn't look as hurt as maybe you were expecting by it.
Oh, psychic damage doesn't work.
It still took damage, just not as
damage.
much as perhaps you were expecting.
I see.
He's got. Okay, so he has to get as far away as possible.
Yes.
All right, so that is.
I think it has 50 health left, chat. Now the question is, do we immediately end the fucking sanctuary? I feel a little silly for doing that, but I think we're gonna.
It yes, you will get an attack of opportunity on it. It did pass by Neve as well. However, it took its full movement, which is 30 feet up and 40 feet across. So it is now 30 feet in the air. So she does not get one, but you do, as it left your range.
Wait, why doesn't she get one?
Because it's 30 feet above her head. So it didn't technically pass within her radius.
Oh. What? It would have had to go right past her, though.
30 feet in the air.
Oh, it went up first and then across?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, regardless, it has taken the attack of opportunity for me.
Okay.
I'm immediately dropping Sanctuary. My big brain play, out the window. It's more advantageous to take this extra attack now that it's over there. All right. I think that hits. That is an 18 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Let me roll. I don't think I can use Savage Attacker because I already used it this turn. So we're just gonna re-roll any ones or twos. Got a single 2. Nice. That became 2 6s and a 3. So that's 12 slashing damage, 3 lightning damage.
Okay.
So that's 15.
All right. Just making that easier to look at now. Sorry, you said 15 damage?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I think this thing's getting close to death.
Really did not fucking like that. Yeah. Ooh, this thing. Let's see. Is that might be critical.
I don't think it should be critical.
If not critical, it is close.
Because I think it should have 172 health, if I'm understanding correctly. I think it should have it max 35 health left. So,
your math's a bit off.
Well, I mean, that's the I'm talking worst case scenarios, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think it probably has anywhere from 15 to 20% health left.
Yeah, around there.
I mean, just take away like like a digit off of the number, and it's basically the same as dividing by by 10, you know?
All right, we
so
didn't
if you take a
come here
digit
to
off.
hear you do division.
Okay. Okay.
So that was Kaz and Ambrose's turn.
Yes.
Okay, so now it is Neve's turn.
I think Kaz will get closer over here.
Okay.
So that Neve can again disengage. I keep having her just disengage, but this thing just keeps getting close to her for some reason.
Well, you made it get as far away from Ambrose as possible, which was right next to where you put Neve. So that's...
I was expecting it to go directly south, but now that I look at the map, I'm like, I guess it makes sense for it to go southeast. So whatever. But yeah, she has an armor class of 13, so she's got to get the fuck out of there.
That's true.
So she's gonna disengage and go to where Kaz just was.
Okay. And then,
And then she's gonna arrow.
Perfect. Go ahead and make that attack.
Ooh, that's really fucking good. 19 plus 7, 26.
That hits.
I keep rolling 3s for her damage. She does 7 damage again.
Nice. Not bad.
I mean, it's the lower end of what she can do, but you know,
Something.
that's okay. So at most, I think it might have 28 health left, but it could be less. Okay, but yeah, can you move her up to the top right corner
yes.
where Kaz was?
I forgot.
I can't move her.
You cannot move her.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yes. Neve's kind of like, leave me alone. God. And he's like running away from it. She's like, this thing wants my ass.
Actually, I actually don't think I want Kaz to move down there.
Okay. Where do you want
He's
him
just,
to
he's
go?
so ranged, you know?
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20.
But he's kind of like a bulwark.
25,
He's
30.
hard to hit.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have him move next to Ailstain because that would be 30 movement.
Okay.
Okay, and then that's the end.
Okay. That's Neve's turn. Okay, so back to the top of the order. That is you.
Okay, what are we working with here? That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I can just barely get here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna fucking wail on this thing again, dude.
Go for it, brother.
Or wait,
It's 30 feet in the air.
can I? Fuck. Okay, never mind. I'm going 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
You can Eldritch Blast.
I'll go here and yeah, Eldritch Blast it twice.
Okay.
Let's do 2 of those. Natural 20 on one of them.
Woo!
And then a 17 on the other. So that's 2d10, and one of those is gonna get doubled. I'll roll the one that gets doubled first.
Okay.
That's a 9, baby. That gets doubled to 18.
Woo!
And then plus 5, that's 23 total force damage.
Hey,
What's up? How do I want to do this?
how do you want to do this?
Hell yeah. Fucking finally, dude. I think I think Ailstain is fucking absolutely sick of this thing, having gotten hit by the barbs so many times. He's been the one fucking getting smacked around so much. With his like still like open wound hand. He's gonna see it running away, and he says, "Oh no, you fucking don't!" And he runs after it, and like fires the 2 blasts out of his hand, and like they're like, I think his eldritch blast, because he's a blood hunter, that I think they usually are like these like shadowy bolts, but I think his are like dripping with blood when they fire, you know.
Oh.
And he like blasts those directly out of his open wound at it. I think because Kaz is like just past him on the field, I think maybe this time Kaz sees what Ambrose saw before.
He sees the visage of the Lich upon your face.
For a split second, he sees Aelstain's eyes looking sunken and kind of a like toothy look to his mouth, rather than like his lips aren't there for a second.
You do not see it because you are focused and intent in combat. But Kaz's eyes narrow upon your face at the sight of the Lich. The radiating shockwave of your eldritch blasts knock this thing from its webs, the webs disintegrating under it as it falls in a wet slop upon the floor.
Can we make it pop? I feel like I want this thing to pop like a tick.
It begins to shrivel and like quake, and its mouth unfurls, and it sort of like opens, like if you like cut a grape, where like it's sort of like the insides become its outsides. And in the center of the body, you see something. You see a red, shaggy robe that is damp, and if you were to touch it, would be impossibly soft.
A robe?
Mm-hmm.
Is it gonna like stick to me if I touch it?
Do you attempt to pick it up?
With like, I don't know, I like use my cape to grab it first to see how sticky it is.
It's sticky in that it was inside a giant creature, but it does not appear to stick to you any more than it would just based on the, stomach bile.
I'm fucking traumatized by map you. I assume we don't know what it does, so I'm gonna shove it into my fucking bag for now.
Perfect. Well,
now, is there any way this dude might fit in my bag of holding?
This massive fucking creature? No.
In that case, I want to drag. Well, actually, so the hatch that we used to get in here, was it like part of the cart that
No, it was just outside it, like in the back.
Perfect. I want to drag this thing back with us.
Okay. You will need to give me strength checks, as this thing is massive.
Absolutely.
All right. Go ahead.
I want the help action, though.
Okay, you're gonna have what, Kaz help you?
Yeah.
All right.
I look at him like, this is gonna be so funny. Come on. That is a 17.
Yeah, that'll do it.
We drag it back through the passage that we used to get here, and we dump it outside of what's his face's building.
As you enter the tunnel, the doors kind of swing in a way that obscures the route you've just come from. You do have to get it up a ladder. And you get it to the end of the tunnel and realize it's too big to fit in the hatch.
Can we cut it in half?
Yeah, you can cut it in half.
And use my rope that I have to give me advantage on hoisting it up.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. That's a fucking nat 20, baby.
Oh my god. All right.
Here's the good rolls.
You cut this thing in half. It is absolute. Not only does it smell worse than rot, it smells like, I don't even know how to begin to describe to you what this smells like. It is. You are lucky I'm not making you roll to like not throw up. It is so disgusting. Neve.
I think Ailstain seems some pretty gross things.
Neve and Ambrose are at keeping a healthy distance as you and Kaz butcher this thing and drag it. Well, Neve is kind of like, she's keeping a distance because it's like she's covering her face, but she's also kind of like tucking her hair
She's
behind her
kind of like, what? Oh my, she's attracted to him butchering it.
Yeah. She's like, that
Neve
smells
is a fucking
disgusting.
freak for real, dude.
But
she loves a man covered in goo and blood.
And Ambrose is like, that's vile. I'll be over here. And Neve is like, oh yeah. And then like is looking through her hands.
Yeah, he's like flexing while he does it. One of his sleeves has torn, and you can kind of see how big his arms are while he does. Okay, anyway.
You hear, you and Kaz are at the other end of this tunnel, so you're not aware. But Neve leads into Ambrose, and she goes, "I think I am bisexual." And Ambrose goes, "Oh," and just pats her on the head.
So I'm so
he
sorry
says,
for your
"I'm
loss."
sorry." She goes, "You like men," and he goes, "I know."
I know, it's tragic for me too.
It's tragic for me too. I wish it weren't so.
I think so. The reason I did this is like I'm trying to like pin the blame on this fucking dude that we hate. I want to like leave it behind his wagon as if he fucking harvested it for organs and shit. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Like he's been like taking pieces out of it for his potions.
Yeah.
So I want to like, since we already split it in half, might as well, right? Just like splay it out and like make it look like he was rooting around in there.
Yes.
And then I want to pass without a trace again and have us get out of here without anyone seeing us leave.
Roll
so
stealth.
that everyone thinks it was him.
Yeah, once you get out of the thing and you finish laying the corpse down, roll stealth. She can cast pass without a trace, but roll stealth.
What's the DC? It might not even be necessary for Ailstain and Kaz.
Right now, well, something's about to happen.
Okay.
So the DC
So roll stealth for everyone.
is actually quite high. So yes, pass without a trace is perhaps necessary.
Well, Ailstain rolls a plus 10, 21.
Okay.
Ambrose rolled a holy shit, an 18 plus 10, 28 plus 2, 30.
Okay, Jesus Christ, he's invisible.
And then I got 2 13s just now. So Kaz does an 18 plus 10, 28.
Okay.
Neve does a 14 plus 10, 24.
I will let
So
you
everyone
know.
got over 20.
I will let you know. If you had gotten below a 20, you would have been absolutely fucked. So.
Yes, fuck. I'm thinking ahead. I know how your brain works.
Yeah. So, I'm about to describe to you something in no uncertain terms.
Mm-hmm. And again, nobody saw their faces either because we went in there with masks on, so no one could identify them, even if they were looking in.
You finish laying out the butchered corpse of Snout, beloved pet of Heckna.
Well, not that beloved.
You pass without a trace, and as you round the corner of the wagon, Neve stops. You can see each other under this shroud. Others cannot see you.
Mm-hmm.
Her skin has gone deathly pale. Goosebumps arise. She looks at you with nothing but abject terror and turns her face to the sky as the moon turns from a brilliant silver to a crimson red. A blood moon shines down upon the Revelia. The moon shines, blood red light filling the skies. Beyond the food court, you see revelers laughing maniacally, the sudden urge to smash things and run wild. You see stars above twinkling like thousands of eyes, all staring down with malice. Shadows stretch deeper and wider across the tents and the stalls, and all the fabric now looks ruined and rotten. You hear screams and cruel laughter ringing out from every direction. You see fights breaking out amid the pandemonium. A group of revelers scatters as a thrall in their midst. Not anything but perhaps mangy, perhaps fresh, their teeth not yet jagged, their hair not yet a strange color, arches their back, twists as if undergoing a painful transformation. Laughter bursts out of the thrall, their red nose swelling bigger as their eyes turn blood red, and they leap onto one of their former companions, ripping their throat out with their teeth. Marionettes attempt to step between fighting revelers to little avail. Their small porcelain bodies shatter upon the ground. Over the decaying tents and buildings, you see many limbed figures moving fast and silent, silhouetted against the red sky. And as you look, you see their movements suggest they are searching for something, for someone.
Felix?
You don't know. This is the reality that is before you. What do you do?
Hang on, I'm looking into some stuff real quick. You said so. What were the things that we're searching again?
You recognize them as the were-spider acrobats.
Okay.
They are leaping from tent to tent, swinging on webs, looking around in search of something.
Unfortunately, I don't think fucking any of us have detect thoughts. That's so frustrating.
Give me a perception check as you are making your way out of the food court and sort of looking around, trying to decide what to do.
I'm just curious if they have any idea that it was us. You said perception. Would that be with advantage or have everyone roll perception?
Whoever wants to roll it can roll. If you wanted someone to help you, they can be with advantage.
Well, there's 14 for Ailstain. There's 18 for Ambrose. Kaz doesn't see shit. Kaz got a 6.
Kaz is watching that now feral thrall rip apart a woman's body.
Neve got a nat 1, so she got a total of 5.
Neve is focusing on Pass Without a Trace and is like not wanting to look at anything. She is actually in so much fear that the moon is red that she is almost catatonic.
So that's 13 perception for Ailstain and 18 for Ambrose.
There's a lot going on. But as you are making your way out of this place, Ambrose kind of tugs on your arm. And amidst the pandemonium, he says, "Where is the toy maker?"
Son of a bitch. Why would they be after the toy maker? That doesn't make any sense.
All he noticed was that the toy maker is not there.
I really want to detect thoughts on something, but I don't have detect thoughts, so
you still have Pass Without a Trace, so it should be easier for you to slip out of here.
Well, yeah, I know I can slip out of here, but I want to know what the fuck they're looking for. I want to know if they figured out that it was us, if they think it was the toy maker, or if, like, maybe...
If you want to, like, there are some nearby, there's some brush nearby, like bushes and trees. If you want to, like, stay in the area and, like, scope stuff out from where you left the body and see if that, you know, triggers anything, you can maybe, like, do a stakeout. Or
yeah, I mean, we have an hour with this, so I can't imagine this being so close to the entrance that it would take us an hour to get out of here. Yeah, they don't really have anything that would give us... Man, this is why we need a wizard in our party. Ambrose, respect to wizard.
Also, with that with that perception check, you notice as you are sort of nearing the exit, you've noticed amidst the chaos, a Heckna's handy helper has crashed and gotten itself tangled in some ropes. It's like its potions are kind of like spilled on the ground. Like, not broken, like they're just dislodged from itself. So
yeah, let's scoop those up.
Some free potions. So you get 4 more potions of healing.
1 to each of us. Yeah, I mean, we can just kind of scope it out, I guess. I have Ambrose talk to Withers back at camp to respect to wizard.
Okay, great. Okay, great.
He's
a lore master bard. He's not a wizard.
Yeah, well, he's respecking. Go talk to Withers, Ambrose.
Withers and his big naturals.
Yeah. Yeah, well, let's scope it out for as long as we can without, like, running out our time. We do want to still get out of here.
It does not take long. You see several acrobats alight on the roofs and you see that they spot the desiccated, destroyed, butchered carcass of Snout. And you see they begin shouting to each other, like,
Can we check to see if the Toymaker is in the building still?
You can try to peek in a window.
Yeah.
You sneak up.
Do you have to make a check for that?
No. With pass without a trace, it's fine. You sneak up, you look in the window, and it is it's not empty. You see Felix is hiding under his desk. But the Toymaker is no longer inside.
Okay. So this is fully going on Felix, I think. I think we pinned it on Felix. And listen, Locke says we hate that guy. I trust Locke.
Yeah, there's some shouting.
So here's my thinking. I think we're good because we placed the corpse outside of Felix's place. There's a note in there telling him, like, now's your chance. Fucking, there's pandemonium. Fucking get Snout. And then, yeah, he's in there right now. Like, this seems like we set him up perfectly. So I feel like we maybe since the fucking Lost and Found is so close by, maybe we stop by there just to like see if we can see the Toymaker in there.
Okay. You exit the brush, trying to stick, to the shadows as much as you can. You're pretty basically invisible, so there's not much need, but you are having to dodge and weave through crowds and crowds of feral thralls as they run ravage through the streets. You begin to depart, and as you make your way to exit, you feel a brusque wind, and you turn, and behind you, appearing in a whirl of confetti that is lit aflame, you see Heckna appear outside Felix's elixirs.
Oh, here we go.
You watch Heckna's face turn to the butchered corpse of his pet. And without without a thought, without a care, without a chance for explanation or excuses or anything, Felix's elixirs erupts in flame and is quickly disintegrated to ash.
My god!
A smoldering,
didn't even let him plead his case.
A smoldering pile in its wake. You see Heckna approach Snout's corpse, gather the pieces, and disappear.
Hell yeah. I think this means we're off scot-free. Like, he didn't even question him. I love how stupid Heckna is, dude. He's so easy to trick.
You turn to leave this place, and you make it past the first row of tents, where you see across the way from you, hiding in some bushes, you see Stefano trying to remain hidden in like nearby this like abandoned tent, and you see he does not see you because you are completely hidden, but you see him hiding and like frantically looking around, looking very distressed.
We approach him, and Neve chooses to add him to pass without a trace.
Okay. You see that you approach him, and Neve like envelops him in the pass without a trace. And so like all of you suddenly become visible to him. He goes, ah! Oh, where did you come from?
Say, where's your guy?
Oh, Little State, it's terrible. They took the toy maker. You gotta take me back to Locke, please. Hurry, we gotta get out of here. They're gonna kill me.
Who took him?
Arachne! He came and he took him! The werebats, they took him away! And they're gonna get me too!
Son of a bitch. All right, come on.
Kaz, like, scoops up Stefano.
Yeah, I shove him in my bag of holding because he doesn't need air.
He goes, I don't want to go in there! You're like trying to push him in, and he's like, no! He's fighting you. He does not want to go in there.
Says you're safer in there. What do you mean?
I'm scared of the dark!
All right, I'll leave it like a little bit open.
No! He's like kicking your face with his porcelain feet.
Oh my god, okay, you can ride on my shoulders.
Okay!
God damn it, these things.
His like, you feel his like little porcelain body like shaking as he holds on to you. He goes,
This is so stupid.
It's a blood moon, Ailsthane. They're gonna kill us all.
Yeah, exactly. You're safer in the bag. Whatever. Let's go to Locke's.
Okay. You follow the trail back to Locke's. You see that when you arrive, the place is silent and dark under the deep shadow cast by the neighboring souvenir shop. You see all the blinds are tightly drawn and the door is closed. Only the faintest flicker of light shining around its edges. You see several
Well, it's a thing that... Isn't it a thing that, like, he can't leave, but also, what's-his-face can't enter? Heckna can't enter?
Oh, no, Heckna could enter. Locke just can't leave. You see several barrels strewn haphazardly to the side. They're on like smoldering on fire behind the wagon. You see webbing hangs in strands across the curved wall of the souvenir shop. The crimson moonlight making the silken fibers seem like bloody strands. You approach the door and it is locked. Do you knock?
I'm trying to think if there's like any knock that would identify it as us. I knock 25 times.
Okay. On like the 10th time, Locke opens the door a crack and he goes, by God, and he opens the door. He goes, get in, hurry.
We add him to the thing and then enter.
He quickly closes the door behind you and you see he latches about 50 different locks on the door. And you see he turns around and he goes, what the hell? I mean, I knew. I mean, they said, but I haven't seen a blood moon in. I mean, it's. I suppose I should have been more prepared, but. How are things out there? How did it go?
Snout's dead. Also,
I see that.
I hope you like super did not. I hope you were like super deadly serious about how much you didn't like Felix, because he's super dead now.
Okay. You see he goes, perfect.
We
Amazing.
did pin Snout's death on him, and I think Heckna took the bait.
Fantastic. That is good to know. What happened to Stefano? I forgot to mention, but
He's on my shoulders.
I realized I just forgot to mention. Stefano, so the reason he was like cowering and hiding and like needed you to take him, his legs are broken. The porcelain is cracked and he's like, they're like mangled.
Oh, but like he's still on my shoulders.
Yes, but I'm just saying, so he's like, what happened to Stefano's legs? And Stefano's like, it was horrible.
Quick, get him some popsicle sticks.
What?
To like stick on there as legs.
Oh, no.
He has two peg legs.
No. You see, okay, it's not about you right now. I'm sorry.
Get him 2 crutches. He's gonna walk around on crutches.
You see, Stefano is visibly shaken and distressed, and Locke is also like pretty distressed. You see, Stefano says, Arachne has fully mobilized his were-spider minions, the web, in the wake of Snout's death. The web took the toy maker. They're pretty sure he had something to do with it. Some of them tried to smash me to pieces, but I managed to get away. But they smashed my legs. The toy maker will. The toy maker will do all they can to keep their secrets from Arachne and protect all of you, but they need your help. I've never been apart from them for this long, and I don't know what Arachne's gonna do to them. It's not Sophie, at least, but Arachne, he's bad too. He's almost just as bad. You see Locke is like trying to calm him, and you see that he pulls out some bits of porcelain, and he goes, I know a bit about mending these little ones, these wee ones, so I bring them here. And he like puts them on a table and like starts to try to like start mending his legs. You see Locke says, I saw, right as the moon was turning red, I saw the were-spiders dragging something big bound in silk, towards the big top. I suppose that was probably the toy maker. They're the only one who'll be able to get you into the funhouse. One of the children of the candy corn told me that Sophie sent out every creature she's made to form a perimeter around the funhouse to stop potential intruders. It means the only way in is the secret entrance, and only the toy maker can open it for you.
But we got passed without a trace.
He says, an army. There's an army outside the funhouse. It don't matter.
I think we can sneak past
It
them.
don't matter how stealthy you are. Some of them are magic, likely can see through illusions and disguises.
Well, that's not how pass without a trace works. You can't see through pass without a trace.
Yeah, I guess it just makes your stealth really high, doesn't it?
It just gives you a +10 to stealth checks.
But isn't there, like, you can see through... I mean, it's not invisibility, but it's like...
I mean, there's like true sight, but that just shows you invisibility.
That's
so like, I don't see why we couldn't get in.
Well, you can try to explain that to Locke, but he's pretty adamant. He says, it's your death if it don't work out for you. I'm saying the quieter way in.
You say the DC is
high.
What is high? Because like most DCs don't go like 30 is insanely rare. Are you saying it's like 30?
Even with Pass Without a Trace, it will be a difficult DC. I don't have it on me immediately, but if you're gonna go there right now, which
I mean,
they're saying that the toy maker was taken to the big top.
Yeah.
And that they need, and that there's an army waiting outside the fun house. You see,
Oh, I thought the army was waiting outside the big top.
no,
Okay.
no. There's an army of Sophie's creations outside the fun house to stop.
I mean, I just
potential
assumed that we
intruders.
couldn't get into the funhouse anyway, right?
Yeah, you need to go in through the secret entrance. So like you can't even walk in the front door.
Like it's like a magic barrier or something?
Yeah, it's like Heckna has to let you in. So you've been allowed in the laboratory, so that'll be your way into the rest of the funhouse, but the toy maker has to get you in there. And you see Stefano is like, please, don't leave the toy maker. We need him. Them.
I turn to Neve and I say, this could mean that we're killing some of your besties.
You see Neve is like covered in webs and like some blood from snout and like, you know, other yucky shit. And she's like, it's fine.
Okay. Just making sure, like,
It's
this
fine.
is... All right. Honestly, I don't even know that we need a long rest just because, like, we're not doing great on spell slots, but we do have a decent amount left. Like Neve is only missing her second level spell slots, but she's got 4 first level and 2 third level. Kaz has all his second level, 1 first level, and 1 third level. That's pretty good. Ambrose has a third, 2 seconds, and 4 firsts. And it's like, I don't know. At this point, I'm like, maybe we just sneak in, short rest until Pass Without a Trace is up so that Aelstein can get his first level pact spell back, and then they can all short rest some health back.
Yeah, Locke offers his space to you as always for whatever rest you need. You see that he says, yeah, you're always welcome to rest here if you need. It is, I don't know, the toy maker, it's of immediate importance, so rest if you need to, go if you can.
Oh no, we're going. We're gonna rest in there, and it's gonna be like surprise, like when the spell runs out. It's gonna be really funny.
You see that he says, I doubt you will find a place to rest uninhibited. With the pandemonium out there, I doubt it.
But no, in the big top.
Yes.
It's a big building.
The layer
Just sit in the
of
corner.
all of the spider, yeah, that's where they all live, in there.
Yeah, we'll just sit in a corner.
Oh, in Pass Without a
watch.
Trace?
Yeah, and just watch from a corner and see what's going on to see if we need to immediately intervene or if we can rest for an hour
Okay,
and see what's going on.
I see. Okay. Let me see. Yeah.
I'm just saying that way we can get some health back on a short rest.
Okay. You see Locke says, well, so you say that Felix's elixirs was destroyed. They've taken the toy maker. I have a feeling that they'll be looking out for you as well. So,
What? Why?
you know why.
He has no idea it was me. He thinks it was that little gnome bitch.
Not about the pet. He invited you here for
You
a
think
reason.
Heckna's finally pieced it together?
I think that he brought you here for a reason, and you've been strangely important to him. I think that amidst whatever's going on, he might finally want to keep you for good. Don't forget
Yeah,
you
well.
were brought here for whatever his reasons are.
Oh, I haven't forgotten. But evidently, some mysterious she does not want me to die. So Heckna's reporting to someone.
You see, he nods. And he says, I've long believed that to be the case. Whether we will find out who that is, I don't know. Listen, I believe they'll be on the lookout for you, so just be careful. I cannot join you, as you know. What else? The posters aren't working anymore, thanks to you. But Arachne can still tell.
Oh, and I have torched so many of those.
Yeah,
Every
along the
single
way.
one I pass, I light on fire.
You see that he says the Arachne can still communicate telepathically to his coven because of his mirror. So, while the posters aren't working, if you're seen by an acrobat, by a were-spider, Arachne knows where you are. So just keep that in mind as well. But, that being said...
We gotta get in there, and we gotta wait to see him alone, and we're gonna fucking jump him.
He says, with that being said, Godspeed. If you need anything from me, you have it. But please, bring them back in one piece. Maybe knock Arachne out. Or maybe knock Arachne around while you're out there anyway. Something tells me you're going to have to face him if you want the toy maker back.
He cracks his neck. He says, "Oh, you don't gotta tell me twice. I'm gonna enjoy this."
Very well. All right. And with your next steps clearly laid before you, that is where we will end today's episode.